Right.
I don't care.
Solid.
I don't care what he did at Tennessee. 2023, he came in here and saved the season.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
If I'm expecting to contend and compete, I don't want to go into Baltimore on December 20th with Will Howard or Drew Howard playing their first NFL game. I just don't.
No, I want to avoid that at all costs.
And I wondered back in April, are they really going to know after one offseason which guy is the better prospect? Can you make a definitive call? I don't think you can, so you keep working with both of them.
Yeah, and you and I have talked about this at some watering holes. That they've done a wonderful job of getting a lot of guys a lot of exposure in practice. I thought that would be harder to do than they have a good plan for getting these guys a lot of action. But now what happens during the season? That becomes a little bit different challenge to me.
Keep doing those footwork drills.
I think you just keep doing fundamentals on the side, and someone runs scout team this day, someone runs scout team the next day. And back to what Jerry mentioned about Tomlin keeping 2 unproven guys. Yeah, you can do it, but it's got to be hard to sleep at night if you're the coach, knowing that I'm 1 injury away for the most important position from a total unknown.
Especially with a 42-year-old quarterback.
No question.
Yeah, you never know. Matt, and maybe this decision's already been made. Of course, I know it has been on your roster projection and maybe everybody else's. But I think if Caleb Johnson doesn't get any kind of opportunity tonight, to me, if there is any chance of him making this team, he has to line up in the backfield and show something.
Yeah. I think it's probably a foregone conclusion that ship already sailed. Because some of it's not his fault. He doesn't bring much to the table on special teams. He's definitely more of a fit for last year's system than this one. He had a very unsuccessful rookie year, which didn't help his cause. But one of his greatest attributes, and this goes back to his Iowa days, is he's a volume guy. Give him the ball over and over and over, and he can handle it. But if you're not the best back on the team, you're not going to get volume.
Matt, is there any reason I should not be buying that Cam Hayward's going to be Cam Hayward, Harmon's going to be better in his second year, Black's going to be better in his second year, and Benton is going to rise up to meet the new expectations accompanied by his new contract?
I would buy all those things, and I would throw Sebastian Joseph Day in as one of the best depth pieces they've had in 10 years on that defensive front.
Wow, that good.
Oh, yeah. He can play all over the line. I'm not ripping on these guys, but I've been saying all along, the Louder Milks and those type of dudes and Wormleys that they've been trotting out there, they're fine. I've used a pitcher analogy that they can eat innings for you,
right?
But they have high ERAs. They're still giving up a lot of hits and a lot of runs. Where this group is a legit 5-some, if not more, of guys that are hard to play with. 3 of whom still have a lot of upside to their game. Your boy Shirtless Tom said that he thinks the D-line will be the best unit on the team by November.
I think it could be. I think the offensive line could be.
That was what I was hoping for. Yeah.
Well, I think the surprise would be a bigger improvement if we saw it from the defensive line, because we think the offensive line, a lot of the same pieces. But what have you seen, Matt? I know Mike McCarthy said this the other day with Ohanachor out. He said that he thought Broderick Jones's previous 2 practices were the best he had seen. Are you seeing him looking a little bit better? What opportunities we've had with the rain-interrupted training camp? Yeah,
and frankly, he's maybe the guy I'm most looking forward to watching tonight. He led the offense in snaps the first go-round. I wonder if Ohanachor's not in the mix. Can Jones push Cook for either the eventual 3rd guy or even an opening day starting spot? I think there's a lot of untapped potential there with Broderick.
Where can this go south if it ends up going south? What's the Achilles heel of this team or the weak spot?
It's an odd question because I think Omar's really built an extremely deep and a roster that can handle a lot of bad things. And that a lot of bad things are on the horizon.
Yeah, that depth really stands out.
It really stands out.
The board, doesn't it?
Yeah, there really isn't a position where I'm like it's been in the past where, if Pickens gets hurt, what's going to happen? If Metcalf gets hurt, it's a disaster or suspended. Now, I will say what worries me, though, is who's the next superstar. There's some really good players on this team. All respect to Cam, Watt, Metcalf, Rodgers. But who's that Tyreek Hill in his prime that just terrifies you that the opposing coordinator can't sleep all week?
Can I say Zach Frazier?
He's actually my vote, and I said that to Wes, and of course he loved it. But maybe the O-line as a whole can be that group.
Yeah,
it just controls game.
Yeah, I think Fautano maybe would be that guy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Frazier. I really like what I've seen from him at training camp. Matt, great stuff. I enjoyed it so much. Let's get together after the game. And
Sounds like a plan. I'll be back in a couple hours.
Thanks, Matt.
That was Matt Williamson with Scouts Honor. Still a few I's to dot and T's to cross before kickoff, so keep it here with Jerry Dulac. I'm Mike Pursuta. You're listening to Countdown to Kickoff on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Edgar Snyder and Associates knows that accidents don't take the weekend off. Accidents don't respect business hours. They don't wait until Monday. And neither does Edgar Snyder and Associates. If you're hurt in an accident, day or night, weekday or weekend, you can give them a call. They're available 24/7. Don't wait. Contact Edgar Snyder and Associates for a free, no-strings-attached consultation. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR or visit edgarsnyder.com.
Terry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/SteelersCard. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
A hospice journey isn't about giving up. It's about making every moment matter. At Bridges Hospice, we provide compassionate care, support, and comfort for patients and those who love them. When choosing hospice, choose Bridges. Your journey matters.
He goes for it, and he's got it!
That's another legendary play for Pittsburgh.
Perfectly displays the precision and performance that this team is a pro at delivering.
A team like that needs a lineup of vehicles that can match their energy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's why Pittsburgh teams back Ford trucks.
This roster's made for the City of Champions and delivers MVP-level performance every time.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store and find your star player today.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by the Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at the Steelers Pro Shop at shop.steelers.com. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. U.S. Steel, mined, melted, made in the USA. Voss TV and Appliance. Big name brands, lowest prices guaranteed. Visit VossTV.com. PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers and brilliantly boring since 1865. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world. West Shore Home, remodeling reimagined. WestShoreBath.com. Yingling, it's a Yingling thing. Brewing America's lager since 1829. And by Armstrong Business Solutions. Stay ahead with a fiber network that works as hard as you do. Fast forward your business at ArmstrongBusiness.com.
Welcome back to Acrisure Stadium and welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Pursuta and Jerry Dulac getting you ready for the Steelers and the Jets tonight here at Acrisure. Jerry, we've covered a lot of ground tonight. Of course, a lot of it has involved the quarterbacks. Will Howard and Drew Aller taking center stage tonight as the two guys the Steelers are going to use tonight against the Jets. But somebody has to be on the receiving end of those passes. And that brings us to one Roman Wilson, who has established himself since the spring as a different guy to his teammates and his coaches. You know, two basically lost seasons for various reasons. They're counting on him this year. He is looking like a guy who can deliver what they need, but I'm going to stop short of saying he will deliver what they need. Mike McCarthy acknowledged when he was asked this week if Wilson needs to be more consistent in terms of does he have to produce in a game the way he has been in practice, and McCarthy said basically, yeah, that's fair. He's going to be a guy I'd keep an eye on tonight, isn't he?
Mike, I couldn't agree more with Mike McCarthy's assessment. You know, we saw him go from being sporadic in practice, little flashes, and then a wrong route, losing his awareness on the field, dropped ball. And we saw him become more consistent in camp. And then, again, just one game, but we didn't see it in the game last week. He hasn't shown it. The converse of that is Jeremy Bernard, who, while he's looked good in camp, all of a sudden now he gets in a game and he's productive. That's what Roman Wilson has to show, that he could be a guy, who consistently catch 4 or 5 balls while he has this opportunity. DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman aren't playing, so he's going to get a lot of snaps. He has to show that he can do that, and to me, that's what's kind of holding him back. He has a roster spot. There's no question about that. He's going to be probably their 3rd receiver. I think that's short-term, though, until Jeremy Bernard gets everything down pat, because you see what he has. But I think Roman Wilson has to show it in the game, Mike.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought in Bernard for the context there, because I think Wilson's the number 3 right now, but I don't think he has an insurmountable lead.
Oh, I agree.
And I think he's been good, but he hasn't been so good that it's just, that's the guy. He's locked it up. And Bernard is steady and, occasionally spectacular, but mostly just figuring out how to do the right thing every time. And if he can consistently execute his assignments, ball's going to find him. And then as he showed against the Packers, he's got a little make you miss after the catch.
Yeah, when you get a guy like Bernard on the 2nd round, and again, as I said earlier, if he can be what they thought maybe Mekhi Lemon could be for this team, when starting off, it would be as the 3rd wide receiver. If he can be that, and right now he looks pretty good, then it makes that pick of Amaxa Hanatur look even better. I like Jeremy Bernard. I like the pick. I like what I've seen in camp, and I really liked how he produced in the game.
Yeah, I think because of him and because of Hanatur, they're going to be real happy at the end of the day that it worked out the way it did on the 1st round, and Mekhi Lemon's playing in Philly.
Yeah, right.
That's going to do it for us. The Mike McCarthy Show is next, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. For Jerry Dulac, I'm Mike Pursuta. This is Countdown to Kickoff on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
The Pittsburgh Steelers take great pride in helping to grow the next generation of football players through Steelers Youth Football, presented by Giant Eagle. There are a variety of programs your kids can be a part of. Our Phys Ed platform brings football to elementary schools around the city, helping to grow their knowledge of the game. Our High School Showcase Game of the Week brings the best in high school football action. Our Girls Flag Football Jamborees help young girls learn how they can play too. There's something for everyone and even more to explore. Head to Steelers.com/youth to get started today.
Looking for health insurance for employees in multiple locations? UPMC Health Plan National Access has you covered. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network for employees outside of the service area. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, choose UPMC Health Plan.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at Flynn'sTire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in, and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Finney sent you.
Enjoy awesome deals with awesome favorites Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m., including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. Or try our ground sirloin, fried shrimp, chicken mashed potato bowl, and our famous tuna melt, all at discounted prices. And new for this fall, an all-day, everyday burger special that includes a third-pound burger, fries, and an iced tea for just $9.99. Dine in only. No other discounts apply.
Hoss's Steak and Sea House. Hoss's is hospitality.
With Ford Blue Advantage, peace of mind comes standard at your local Ford dealer. Our used vehicle certification process doesn't skip a step, starting with pre-qualification in just minutes, plus a Ford-backed warranty and a Carfax report. From inspection to purchase to the miles that follow, your local Ford dealer has you covered. Ford Blue Advantage, used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The Mike McCarthy Coaches Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome to the Mike McCarthy Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Rob King. Coach, first of all, the first training camp at St. Vincent College in Latrobe concluded earlier this week. What tangible and intangible benefits do you get from training camp away?
Oh, so many. I think anytime you have a chance to go away as a football team, there's tremendous benefit to it. I think St. Vincent College, just the atmosphere, the vibe, the spirit of the place takes it to a whole different level. So very impressed with everything that we were able to accomplish up there. The football work was really good. I would say great, but we lost a few opportunities to rain, but having the indoor facility was excellent. The ability to go inside and keep working and keep us on schedule and everything. So I clearly felt, training camp this year was a success at St. Vincent's.
One of the different things you instituted this year, new for fans, new for the players, Franco moments. Can you describe what those are and why they're valuable?
Yeah, Franco moment is really in honor of the Immaculate Reception and Franco Harris, the greatest play in the history of the National Football League. And, so much of our game is about ebb and flow. Of a football game. There's things that happen in every single football game. There's always first downs. There's always third downs. There's always there's really there's never anything really new that happens to you during the course of the game. It's just a matter of when it comes. So it's just really putting an emphasis on having a situation pop up in practice. Players and coaches really don't know when it's coming. So we have a situation, if you watch the specifics of the Franco moment, the first one was 4th and goal from the 4, the 7, the 9, and the 10, and then, the last one was, put the ball on the 10-yard line, and, you got 4 downs to get it in. So just always changing it, really kind of, putting it, lining it up with whatever the emphasis was that day. Maybe it was a heavy third down day or a heavy red zone day, or frankly, coming out of the coaches' meeting, if there's corrections that we felt from the last practice, hey, let's highlight that again. So it was just really put a bright light on situational football. And from my particular emphasis, there's big plays in every single game. There's approximately 36. They're there. Don't chase them. You got to react to it. And the Immaculate Reception of Franco Harris is not a better example.
There's a lot of newness, obviously, with you, your staff, the players. You discussed, I think it was earlier this week, about whether coaches would be on the field or in the box. Is that one of those things you're working through that makes preseason valuable?
Yeah, absolutely. Had a lot of conversation. I actually probably met on it 3 times this week. We're going to stay with the same operation that we had last week against the Packers. So we want to give it, one more lap through, and if we feel like we want to try option B, we'll do that in Buffalo.
So earlier this week, talking about some of the players, Keanu Benton signed a contract extension. What made him the right guy to give an extension to?
Well, I think just like anything, he was drafted here. You could see the growth, just talking to, the personnel department and the leadership. They felt that he was, growing. We've had a chance now to work with him since the off-season program. Thought he was having a really exceptional camp. So, the football, the coaching input was definitely someone we wanted to move forward with, and it was great to get the business part of it done. And I know personally, it's always a excellent day when one of your players gets that second contract. So really looking forward to working, with KB in years to come.
Does it matter to you that he's also well integrated in the locker room? You mentioned that he got walked in and got a standing ovation the day he signed the contract.
I think it speaks volumes. Just to walk in the team meeting and and to a man, everybody clapped for him, and so that's genuine. It's the respect that everybody has for him. Because. Like I said, it wasn't announced. It wasn't, here comes KB. It's just as he walked in like everybody else and got a standing ovation.
You mentioned signing your own and developing your own.
Yeah.
Is it continuity? What makes that valuable to a team? Does it get more buy-in from the players? Why is it nice to have players that you can keep for years and years?
Well, it's definitely the continuity, without a doubt. It gives you a chance to continue to grow. And, some players – play better in year 2 and 3 or 4. I mean, it hits, each guy a little differently. So, but you can never have enough good football players. I mean, that's been my personal experience. And like I said, it's everybody's happy when someone gets a second contract.
A final word from Coach McCarthy in a moment as we count down to kickoff, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independence.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
Fall in Western PA means 2 things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com. At BetMGM, Steelers fans can place their first bet and score $150 in bonus bets if it wins. Exclusively at BetMGM, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 and over. PA and West Virginia only. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualifications and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued on non-withdrawable site credit or bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis & Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. The Mike McCarthy Coaches Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome back to the Mike McCarthy Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Coach, you announced on Wednesday that neither Aaron Rodgers nor Mason Rudolph will play tonight. What have you seen from Mason over the time that you've had him that makes you feel confident that he's in a good spot?
Well, I think, number one, anytime you have a chance to work with a veteran, and you look at Mason, his career specifically, he's been in a number of different offenses. So, as a new coach, you come in and, everybody runs an offense a little differently. Everybody asks the quarterback to play differently, particularly in the area of fundamentals. And really, he's been on point since the day we arrived. We changed some things with his feet, and he acclimated to that very well. I love the guy's level of experience. He throws it better than I knew, from watching him across the field. So I think he's a great fit. He's a very well-respected player in the locker room, and I've really enjoyed work with him. And he basically did what I needed to see against Green Bay, and so I feel very confident about where he is and how he would fit into our plans.
One of the things that may have been manifested with that footwork that you're talking about, you've also mentioned 8 times a game that quarterbacks have to get out of the pocket and make a play. And what was very nearly a touchdown was that a manifestation of that improved footwork and some of the things you've seen from Mason?
Yeah, I just think, the scramble drill, or, you could be, in the pocket, out of the pocket, and his ability to keep that play alive and extend the play. And if you look at just that particular situation, red zone offense versus red zone defense, when you break down all the concepts each year of what's most productive for an offense in the red zone area, the scramble drill is always 2 or 3. So it's the most productive concept I know in my time in this league over 30 years. So you have to be able to move your feet and extend plays down there. And definitely as a defense, you need to, plaster and hold that defense or hold the offense under control when they are trying to scramble. So it's an important part of the game. You don't want to promote it. You don't want to see guys coming out early, but it's a necessity to win in today's NFL.
A lot of eyes going to be on Will Howard and Drew Aller, who are going to take all the snaps here tonight. So what did you see from them in week 1? What have you seen from them kind of leading up to this second game? You also mentioned they commanded the huddle well. Can you maybe explain what that means and also talk a little bit about their play?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's, the play entry, the speed of it, the communication, the adjustments at the line of scrimmage that need to be made, the cadence. We need to do a better job as a whole, as a football team. And, pre-snap, we had too many pre-snap penalties last week, so we want to improve off of that. But, I thought both of those young men, they clearly knew the game plan. They had confidence in the game plan. There wasn't really any hiccups as far as communication. They didn't get stuck at the line of scrimmage. I thought they were very clear and precise, and concise, I should say, in their communication. So that's the starting point, because when you can get off to a clean start and, get into a rhythm, efficient football usually follows.
Offensively, is there something more you want to see tonight against the Jets?
You mean schematically?
Just productivity-wise, or anything that wanted to be cleaned up or something?
Pre-snapped. Obviously our point generation. We were in the red zone 5 times last week, and really had a chance to score all 5 touchdowns. So I'd definitely like to see us be productive like we were last week. But just the pre-snap is number one, and the second part would be the finish of the plays. We got to do a better job covering the football. We got to do a better job pursuing the football. So our whole energy above the 2.3 needs to improve Friday night.
Defensively, you talked about your team being physical, and you like that aspect of it. Again, is there anything else that you want to see from the defense other than that?
Definitely physicality with discipline. I thought we definitely were, quick to the punch. I like the physicality of our team, but the personal fouls was definitely a thing that we can't have. So that's where I'm saying that it's the end of the play, the pursuit, the discipline at the end of the play. We need to do a better job, against the Jets.
Clearly, you'd like to stay healthy. Is there anything else that, as you walk off the field tonight, you'd look back and say, this is what I wanted to accomplish? This has been a successful game.
I'll just double down on staying healthy. We just got to stay healthy, and then we'll be right where we need to be.
That's the Mike McCarthy Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is Rob King, joined myself, Max Starks, and Willie Colon next as we count down to kickoff. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Mike McCarthy Coaches Show was brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Friday Night SmackDown is on Sirius XM WWE Radio. Hear the hard-hitting action.
Cody is busted wide open. Randy is unglued here.
He is snapped.
This is just savage, merciless. Oh.
And all the smack talk.
Easy to find, hard to beat.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have the call of SmackDown. Friday nights at 8 Eastern on WWE Radio Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
When you listen to Moving the Chains on Sirius XM NFL Radio, you'll hear former fullback Jacob Hester, who knows what it takes to compete on the gridiron.
Give me a helmet, and I'll prove to every single one of you that I belong in the National Football League.
And former front office executive Pat Kerwin, who understands the importance of having the right personnel.
I did sign a player while being the first base coach for my son's Little League team.
Moving the Chains, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88.
College football never fails to deliver.
The countdown to college football season is on Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
Touchdown!
It's nonstop talk about your favorite school.
Guaranteed this season, something will happen you've never seen before.
And our experts break down the contenders for the college football playoff.
I am all in on Oregon. Championship caliber defense.
It's all on College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
My goodness!
SiriusXM NBA Radio is your home all year long for 24/7 coverage of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron dribbling, drives to the paint, puts it up, in, and a foul. Are you kidding me?
We are bringing you exclusive access to the biggest basketball stars in the world.
Talking to the one and only Steph Curry.
I truly believe we can be championship relevant. For me, that's literally the only thing I'm playing for at this point.
Enjoy interactive, live NBA commentary all day long.
No matter how much talent you have, if you don't play as a team, you can't win.
Let those guys in the front office run the team, dude.
And of course, all the nightly, rim-rocking, heart-pounding, buzzer-beating, play-by-play action your ears can handle.
Victor for three. And the foul! Victor Wembanyama!
Basketball is our life. On Sirius XM NBA Radio Channel 86 in the car. And on the Sirius XM app.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM.
Looking for the end zone, and he's in for a 40-yard touchdown rip.
Football is back as the preseason continues.
It's exciting just to be back and hear the roar of the crowd.
Don't miss a snap, including your team's pre- and post-game shows on the Sirius XM app. And Sirius XM NFL Radio's training camp tour gets you ready for the season with previews of all 32 teams.
We're on a quest to find out what we do really, really well.
Just search for your favorite team on the Sirius XM app.
Embrace the power and speed of the NTT IndyCar Series on Sirius XM.
Start your engine!
Feel every thrilling moment of the 2026 IndyCar season.
To the outside, we get to the Iron Bridge. Felix Rosenquist gets him at the start-finish line.
For the first time ever, IndyCar will roar through the streets of our nation's capital. It's the Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. Sunday afternoon at 1 Eastern. Live on IndyCar Nation Channel 218 and the Sirius XM app.
The SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Bears and spoke with quarterback Caleb Williams.
What's happening internally for you that's led to so many dramatics in your Bears career already being able to go your way?
Being able to be calm as possible for the guys. One of the biggest things in those moments is taking that deep breath and knowing where you are on the field, knowing the situation, and then knowing that you're the only one out there with your other 10 guys, and that's all that matters on that 53-by-120.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
On SiriusXM. Pittsburgh fans, hear what Coach McCarthy and the players have to say after each game on the Steelers channel. 826 on the SiriusXM app.
The future is now. Perhaps the Steelers' next starting quarterback will be playing tonight at Acrisure Stadium. Perhaps. What is certain is that the Steelers will be hosting the Jets, and there will be a lot of interest and attention on the two young men who will be under center for the black and gold this evening. I'm Rob King, joined by Max Starks and Willie Colon You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. Countdown to Kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, official pizza of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Officially delicious. Max, before we get into tonight's game, training camp is over. The players are in a new environment. Does that present a different type of challenge for players who are no longer living, eating, breathing football with their teammates for 3 weeks in Latrobe?
I think it was enough time, and I think this group really benefited from this opportunity. And especially I think the coaching staff, I think more so than the players appreciated, because you had a lot of returning players here. But for Mike McCarthy and staff, it was their first time to kind of get used to the culture that's out here as a unit. Mike McCarthy, obviously growing up here in Western PA, knows what that means. He understands what Latrobe is. But I think being on the coaching side of it, he gained an even greater appreciation by the end of it. So it was a great time. But now everything's real. This game and the game next week against Buffalo, you cut down and you figure out who is this year's iteration of the Pittsburgh Steelers going to be when they cut down to the 53-man roster.
Well, we know there will be no Aaron Rodgers tonight, no Mason Rudolph. We heard Coach McCarthy in the pregame interview talking about how impressed he has been with Mason Rudolph. Will Howard will start. What are you looking for from Will Howard and Drew Aller?
So for Will Howard, continued growth. Amazing 2-minute drill to end that first half and to cement your first opportunity playing competitive football here in Acrisure. Now, you're coming out as the starter. You're playing the entire first half. How do you manage, navigate, and get through the game flow of an early game? Because you're also going to be on the other side seeing some ones over there for the Jets. So now you're getting the varsity snaps tonight in this game. How do you manage? How do you overcome? And how do you direct this team? And then for Drew Aller, second half is all yours once again. Can you continue to build on the accuracy, the momentum, and the rhythm that you created with your offensive prowess? Can you do that again? Can you do it 2 weeks in a row and possibly have an opportunity to flip the script going into the last game? Who knows? But everything's on the line for these guys to continue to grow and continue to show us that they deserve more and more looks and more ball time.
A lot of eyes on the quarterback position. However, there are roster spots on the line, maybe a spot on the practice squad on the line, maybe a starting spot on the line. Let's look at the offense, Max. What are you going to be focused on here tonight besides the quarterbacks?
Continued growth in the offensive line. I need to see that run game pop. We wanted it to pop last week. It did not. We found out, hey, 4 new guys on this offensive line as far as where they're slotted on this team does not yield instant success. It takes a congealing, a chemical process that has to kick it to your system as a unit, and let's see growth. I want to see you run the ball. I want to see it run better than 2.8 yards a clip. I want to see some 10, 15-yard runners in there. I want to see you control the ground game and control the line of scrimmage. And then transversely, I need to see more Tanyan. Let me see some more Robert Tanyan, and what he did made a great first initial introduction to this team, but how does that wide receiving core also continue to work in harmony? So really, Will Howard distributing the football. Jeremy Bernard, hello. We know who you are, second rounder. Let's see it once again. And also Caden Weegan, Ben Skoranek and company, Brandon Smith. We want to see how these young receivers compete for those last 2 spots on the depth chart, because we know DK Metcalf, we know Michael Pittman are on this roster. Also, you have to say Jeremy Bernard and Roman Wilson. So how does that Skoranek, Weegan combination work in it? Max Hurleman, who had a fantastic game. How do all these guys work into the alignment?
Just quickly now, Mike McCarthy loved the physical aspect of his defense. What do they need to do here? What players are you looking at specifically in tonight's game?
Y.A. Black, stop the run, own the middle, be the guy. Free the gut, but stop the run at the same time. I want to see that first and foremost on the defensive line. And then outside of that, safeties, continue to show me what you got to offer. And of course, hello, Mr. Roberts. Hammer, meet, nail. I want to see some popping of the pads from the linebacking core.
By the way, we just saw Jalen Warren and Rico Dowdle introduced. Might we see them tonight in their first preseason action here against the New York Jets? This is Rob King. That concludes tonight's pregame show. Kickoff is next with Max Starks. Willie Colon will join us on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The 2026 SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour.
Panthers quarterback Bryce Young.
What did you learn from the playoff experience?
I think it was a great growing experience for us as a team. We learned a lot of good habits, got a feel of what it's like, what it's going to take. Now, as you know, it resets. Everyone's 0-0. There's no carryover, but there is that sense of belief and confidence, and now we know it's just about the work.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey, this is Ryan Preece, driver of the number 60 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We are back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Dollar Tree 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
and you can listen to all the action on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race. The stars of the World Cup are back in action in the English Premier League, and all the top matches are on SiriusXM FC.
Erling Haaland, Manchester City take the lead.
Opening weekend continues tomorrow at noon Eastern as Brentford take on Tottenham.
Oh, Richarlison with a stunning strike.
Experience the passion of the world's most exciting league all year long on your 24/7 home for soccer. SiriusXM FC, channel 157 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Jerome Bettis, only one Terry Bradshaw, and one Dermontti Dawson. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Pittsburgh fans, hear what Coach McCarthy and the players have to say after each game on the Steelers channel. 826 on the SiriusXM app.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers audio network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Bordas and Bordas, Fighting for Justice, Bridges Hospice, Your Choice, Our Privilege, coming soon to the Mon Valley. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. First National Bank, can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB, member FDIC, your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Need tires? Flynn's will get you in today. Gateway Clippers Shuttle Service, the best way to a Steelers game. Gherkin Roofing, call the Pickle. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Find food, volunteer, or donate at pittsburghfoodbank.org. Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. Haas's Steak and Sea House. Haas's is hospitality. And by Independence Health System, expert care here.
This legal disclaimer is brought to you by the law firm of Bordas & Bordas, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the National Football League and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of the National Football League or the Pittsburgh Steelers is prohibited.
And welcome to Acrisure Stadium. We're getting ready for preseason game number 2. The captains on each sideline are getting ready to go to meet referee Sean Hockley for the coin toss in the center of the field. The Jets wearing their white jerseys, green pants. Steelers, of course, in the black jerseys, gold pants, and ready to go. And again, Max, an opportunity as we see Cam Johnson, Alex Highsmith, and Will Howard strolling out for the Steelers as the captains of today's game to put a foot down and try to claim a roster spot.
Yeah, this is where you plant your flag in the middle of the field and say, I will be counted amongst the 53. That is what you do tonight. This is a game-planned game, so therefore a lot more emphasis and attention paid to the players and how they perform.
Tonight's coin toss is sponsored by Baird Financial Guidance for your life. Right here in Pittsburgh, visit rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh. And here's the toss of the coin. And the Jets have won the toss, and they will elect to accept the football. We already have a change. Sean Hockley is not serving as the referee.
Has won the toss. They'll receive it this end.
So preseason for the rest. Got to get that mic turned on.
We got it. Yeah. You got to turn it on now. You're the guy. You're the guy for at least, I don't know. They switch every quarter or half.
Yeah. So they move around the guys. Everybody gets a little chance to do different jobs, just like they do in the preseason out here in the football field.
Hey, Rob, I don't want to be the play-by-play guy. In case you were wondering if we wanted to play round robin, I don't want to take your job. I'm happy with mine.
Fair enough. We'll keep it as it is. So the Jets will be receiving. They will be running out there with quarterback Geno Smith. And so there was some question about whether Geno Smith is going to be able to play. He's been nursing a bit of an ankle injury. Breece Hall is not out there. Isaiah Davis won't be playing. Kenyon Sadiq, their first-round pick, the tight end, he won't be playing. They're hoping to have all these guys available and ready for him by week 1, but we will not see them tonight with the Jets moving left to right in front of us.
Yeah, and once again, but we will see Geno Smith. That's the most important guy you want to see go up against a ones quarterback and see how this defense reacts to that guy there. So interesting still. You'll get the #1 offensive line, I think, for our defensive line, and one to see what Y.A. Black can do and what Keanu Benton can do in that new position, and Derek Harmon can continue to grow. I think this is a good test to at least get those starters out there.
Lath Margin kicking off. Arian Smith and newly signed Junior Bergen back to receive, and this is going to be Arian Smith, far side of the field, collects it at his own 4-yard line, heads straight up the numbers, the 10, the 20, cuts to the right, and is hit as he gets out across the 30 and tumbles down to the 32-yard line. So decent return, and now a 28-yard return. The Steelers defense heads out there, and we are expecting to see, I think, Max, a decent number of starters here earlier in this game.
Yeah, no, we have Alex Highsmith and Nick Herbig both manning the edges. We see Peyton Wilson, Patrick Queen out there. I think that's what Harmon out there, and Keanu Benton. So we are seeing a nickel 4 down front, not the normal 3-4. That's why you don't see Y.A. Black out there right now.
Shotgun formation for Geno Smith brings a receiver, that is Cooper, in motion. Now he heads back out to the right. The snap and the handoff, Braylon Allen left side. Penetration by Herbig upsets the play, cuts back and picks up a couple yards. Herbig came flying in off the weak edge and turned that play around in a hurry.
And what's crazy is there was nobody to hold him on the backside. Usually you take a motion or you take a receiver just to hold that backside guy, but they just ran straight zone to the strong side and left Nick Herbig wide open, and Nick Herbig doing Nick Herbig things.
Danico Slaughter, a guy trying to move up the depth chart. We saw him play early last week. Came in and finished things off after the Herbig penetration. Here's a snap to Smith, looking left, fires over the middle, and this is complete, and this is Adonai Mitchell, and he will stretch out to the 41-yard line. Looks like he's going to be maybe half a yard short of a first down.
And that was Jamel Dean playing it on there, and I love the pressure coming off the edge. They sent a late safety blitz, and I want to say that was that? No, it wasn't. That was 31. Was that Danico Slaughter again? Or, Rayshawn Jenkins. Mm-hmm. Great job by Rayshawn with the safety blitz there, wrapping around the edge.
And we do see Deshaun Elliott out there, by the way, just freshly off the injured situation for the Steelers. It is enough for a first down as Smith now back to pass. Looking, going to load up and throw deep and down the left sideline. Tumbling out of bounds with the reception is Mitchell. And it's a pickup all the way down to the 38-yard line of the Steelers, a 20-yard gain.
And the Steelers playing a lot of quarters coverage over the last week and playing quarters here. Jamel Dean just turned at the last second, turned to the inside, and Adonai Mitchell right in between where Dean and where the linebacker was, and just got 2 feet in right before he fell out of bounds.
Smith under center, has Braylon Allen as a lone setback behind him. We'll bring Mason Taylor in motion now, and H-back to the right. The snap and the give to Allen off the left side. Deshaun Elliott crashes down on the penetration and stops him for a 2-yard gain, maybe 3 down to the 35-yard line.
And a good job by Deshaun Elliott whipping the block of Mason Taylor, who came in and was trying to hold that backside point, but a lot of pressure there, and they ran right into the teeth of Keanu Benton, who stopped that play just beyond the line of scrimmage.
They'll officially call it a 3-yard gain, brings up 2nd and 7, 12:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the game for the Jets. They penetrated to the 35-yard line of the Steelers. Here's a snap back. Smith looking left, throws, and it is batted down, and it is intercepted. No, it's caught by a Jets offensive lineman. Batted down at the line of scrimmage, and it's brought in by Dylan Parham. And the stop made by Harmon. It was Black who deflected the initial pass.
Yeah, that was Y.A. Black. Free the gut. Big boy up the middle, knocked it down. And, of course, offensive line, listen, you're not supposed to catch that. Just bat it down. There's no glory to be had in the middle of the scrum.
Parham was thinking otherwise. Lost 2 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9 from the 37-yard line. Smith in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Has Allen to his left in that shotgun formation. See this showing 5-man rush. They'll bring 6. Here comes the pressure. Smith steps up, throws. It is complete to his tight end, Mason Taylor, close to first down yardage. And it's going to be enough inside the 27-yard line, and that's enough for a first down for the Jets.
And this is tough. You had the secondary backing up, Deshaun Elliott playing right on the seams, and Mason Taylor just literally broke to his right. Ball was right there. Geno Smith put an accurate pass on him, but he was definitely under a lot of duress with that 6-man pressure.
10-yard pickup, and 1st and 10 with the ball at the 27-yard line, approaching the 11-minute mark remaining here in this first quarter. Motion man is Mason Taylor. The give to Braylon Allen. Penetration by Patrick Queen. Spins him down for a loss. Boy, Allen couldn't even get going, and he was dropped for a yard loss.
Nice run blitz attention there. I mean, it looked like it spread the Red Sea parted for Patrick Queen. He just ran right up the middle, saw the handoff, and attacked downhill.
Well, they've been aggressive getting penetration here in the run game. Haven't been able to really disrupt Geno Smith in the passing game. 8th play of the drive here for the Jets. Allen motions out to the right, empty set for Smith. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 5 in the play clock. Smith gets a snap, back to pass. Throws out to the right, it is complete, and it's Allen in the right flat, the running back, and he gets inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line, where it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6. Peyton Wilson on the stop.
And a lot of zone coverage here by the Steelers. Not playing a lot of man press and allowing guys to get a little bit of a cushion. And Geno Smith taking advantage of the timing routes and getting the ball out very quickly.
Interesting formation here. Keanu Benton, the only down lineman. 3 linebackers out there. Sawyer along with Highsmith and Herbig. Showing 4-man rush, that's what they'll bring. Smith gets a snap, back to pass, rolling out to the right, under duress, throws and completes along the sideline. Sliding grab made by Garrett Wilson, enough for a first down. It was Samuel Jr. in trail coverage, but inside the 13, a first down for the Jets.
Tough one there for the Steelers. Herbig had Geno Smith. Geno just slid a little bit to the outside, got that ball out of his hands before Herbig could put his paws on him. And for Garrett Wilson, very slippery, fast guy, made himself available, working towards the sideline in front of Samuel.
9:18 and counting here remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10 from the Steelers' 13-yard line. Smith is under center. Gets a snap, play action pass, rolling out to the left, throws. Nobody is on Woods, and Jelani Woods will rumble into the end zone for an easy Jets touchdown. Impressive opening drive, 13-yard touchdown strike from Smith to Jelani Woods.
And the Steelers loaded up in a run blitz situation, expecting everything, and the throwback screen to the tight end. Woods was wide open. Nothing you can do there. Everybody sold out on it being a rush play to the right, whether they're running outside zone or an off tackle in that moment, and nobody had eyes on the tight end as he squirted out the backfield.
An impressive 10-play, 69-yard drive for the Jets to begin this exhibition game, this preseason game number 2. Sanders on to try the extra point. That kick is up, and that kick is good. 9:04 remains here in the first quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
All right, listen up. It all comes down to owning your power. And with Ford F-Series, you do. Power, grit, and tech makes these trucks the MVPs of work and play. Now that's why Ford F-150 and Super Duty are the best-selling trucks in America. Built Ford tough. It's how you get it done. So, get it done. Only at your neighborhood Ford store.
Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm Kim Fleming, Vice Chair at Baird. Like the Steelers, we're proud to call Pittsburgh home. Our roots here go back to 1948 when Heffron Tillotson began serving this community. Today, as Baird, we continue that legacy, helping Pittsburgh families navigate everything from retirement planning to trust and investment services. It's a personalized approach backed by a global employee-owned firm. Discover the Baird difference at rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Well, not pleased to see that 10-play, 69-yard scoring drive, but are pleased to welcome Willie Colon to the broadcast. Willie, what'd you see on that opening drive defensively?
Hey, man, you never want to see the defense grip a score this early, but I think for the defensive lineup front, we got to get off the ball faster and get off blocks. I think right now they're hunking in, kind of focused on the run. But right now you got to understand you're playing against a savvy quarterback in Geno Smith. He knows how to get rid of the ball. He has the answers at the line of scrimmage. He knows how to be efficient from snap to snap. This is a great test for this young defense right now, but they got to get going faster.
All right, Willie, thanks very much. Willie Colon, your old line mate, Max.
That's right. That's my brother. We're down there. I'm happy to have him here. It's fun. And like I said, we'll get some great insights from Willie down on the field.
Cade York in a battle with Sanders for the kicking job. Boots it, and it's going to be taken by Weegan a yard deep, far side of the field. Crosses the 10, crosses the 20, runs into trouble right at the 20-yard line, and is taken down there as Dane Belton will make the stop. And the Steelers will have the ball deep in their own territory. They didn't get great field position last week either, and now this week it's going to be marked, it looks like, right at the 19-yard line, and Will Howard gets a cheer from the crowd, and Jalen Warren is in at the running back position for the Steelers.
Rob, you got to say Will Howard. Will Howard. You know, that's what the Yinzer faithful are expecting from us. So he will be at the helm here. Can't wait to see how this goes.
Under center, lone setback is Warren. Motion man is Wilson, moving left to right, settles as the snap comes and the handoff to Warren. Burst to the outside, plants his foot, cuts, slipped a little bit as he got to the edge, crossed the 20, picked up a yard or so in that first carry.
And Jamian Sherwood in on the tackle, scraping over the top. But I like the initial idea of covering up that backside, making sure nobody can leak from the backside and keeping the ball off tackle of Dylan Cook's side.
Pickup of 2, they'll call it. So 2nd and 8, 8:30 remaining here in this first quarter. Both Freiermuth and Washington in this formation. Motion man is Freiermuth right to left. To give to Warren, looking for a hole off the left side. Instead, Harrison Phillips closes that down for no gain on the play. Might have even lost a foot or two.
And right there, Harrison Phillips playing right up in the middle, and guys not sustaining blocks. Willie talked about defensive line getting off the blocks. Offensive line has to stick to those blocks, and you can't turn an interior defensive lineman loose on a tight run play.
And now 3rd and 9, 1 receiver to the left, 2 receivers split to the right, and now Roman Wilson in motion right to left will move back to the right. Warren is to the left of Howard in the shotgun. 8 on the play clock. Howard gets a snap, back to pass. Jets bringing pressure. Howard throws over the middle. It is too high, intended for Roman Wilson, incomplete, and a quick 3 and out for the Steelers offense.
Well, not what you want to see to start out for the first drive, a 3 and out. You saw a positive play, run play. Then you got a negative yardage run play right after that. 2 runs and a pass. I know it's not ideal, and people will say, oh, this is like last year. But you're also trying to create that rhythm for the rest of the squad. So sadly did not make it, but hopefully defense stiffens up and you can get some good field position to start the next drive.
Here's Cam Johnson with a boot, and Johnson hammers this one deep downfield. And it is going to be taken at the 14-yard line by Trey Brown, and Brown stumbles as he gets to the 30-yard line, and a flag on the play as well.
Had to be a push in the back. If I'm guessing, it had to be a push in the back on that one.
56-yard boot. Here's the call.
During the return, blocking the back, receiving team number 32, 10-yard penalty, first down.
7:34 remains first quarter, Acrisure Stadium with the score. The Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Patriots and spoke with quarterback Drake May.
Big jump in year number 2. I know you're expecting another jump in year number 3.
Being here, being in New England, I think this team's just getting better and better each year. You see this coming into training camp, kind of more intensity. Everybody knows each other a little bit. You can get into the next level of things. And I think that's the best thing about having the same coach and same coordinator and a lot of guys back and build off that. Looking forward to it.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
Friday Night SmackDown is on SiriusXM WWE Radio. Hear the hard-hitting action.
Cody is busted hard, wide open. Randy is unglued here. He is snapped. This is just savage, merciless. Oh.
And all the smack talk.
Easy to find, hard to beat.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have the call of SmackDown. Friday nights at 8 Eastern on WWE Radio Channel 156 in the car and on the SiriusXM app. You can't win your fantasy football league in the summer, but you sure can lose it. On SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio, we created a winning fantasy football lineup to help you build a championship team.
Hey guys, need your help,
Get the edge you need from Jeff Manns, John Hansen, Jeff Radcliffe, Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life, and the Fantasy Footballers.
I require 2 of my first 4 rounds to be running backs.
Listen live on Channel 87 or prep your draft anytime by searching Draft Season on the SiriusXM app.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Jerome Bettis, only one Terry Bradshaw, and one Dermontti Dawson. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at ProFootballHof.com.
You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
On SiriusXM.
For the world's most complete selection of Steelers merchandise, visit the official Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at shop.steelers.com. 7:34 remains after the penalty and the nice boot by Cam Johnson. The ball is back at the Jets' 16-yard line, and the Steelers, after surrendering that 10-play, 69-yard touchdown drive to the Jets, would like to stiffen here and keep the Jets deep in their territory. That's it for Geno Smith. Cade Klubnik in at the quarterback position, the rookie, with Kene Nwangwu next to him in the backfield. And the handoff to Nwangwu straight up the middle, and Nwangwu moving off the left side now will pick up about 3, close to 4 out to the 20-yard line. Keanu Benton on the stop for the Steelers, of course, fresh off that big contract extension he got earlier this week.
Man, and he's locked into a very, very good battle there at the left guard position. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles going up against Inez Cooper, another rookie for that Jets team.
Klubnik now under center. Gets a snap, turns, gives. Oh, and Nwangwu is belted in the backfield. Rayshon Jenkins got in there with Danico Slaughter and dropped him back at the 17-yard line.
Listen, before we start counting our safeties, Rayshon Jenkins has something to say, and he's been doing a really nice job, whether it's been that nickel or playing that box safety that kind of drops in late on the backside, and he's very instinctive.
And I know there's injuries at the cornerback position, but the fact that Danico Slaughter, you want to be the next guy up, and he's, last week and this week, he's been that next guy up. Jets 2 of 2 on third down, facing a 3rd and 9 here. Steelers showing 3-man rush on the left side, 1 on the right side. Let's see what they'll bring. They'll bring 4. And hit as he throws is Klubnik, and incomplete. And a nice job. Was it Herbig?
Yeah, that was Nick Herbig. Yeah, that was Nick Herbig. And Nick Herbig kind of came in on the inside. He was sitting inside of Jack Sawyer, playing that stand-up over the guard, and just made a great play at the snap of the ball kind of slapped the hands down with a quick swim over, and he was right in the waist of Cade Klubnik as he tried to release that ball, could not drive his legs into the throw.
Austin McNamara back to punt. Caden Weegan has his heels at the 31-yard line of the Steelers. Here's the boot by McNamara. Weegan running up on the short kick, will field it at the 40. Moves to the right, tries to cut back, is hit, and moves sideways and picks up about 3 yards after that 43-yard punt. So the Steelers will have excellent field position with the ball at their own 43-yard line. 6:01 remains in the first quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score of the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
Ready for a career that works as hard as you do? U.S. Steel is hiring, and as we invest in the future of American steel making, we're looking for talented people ready to build that future with us. Earn competitive pay and outstanding benefits while you learn. No college degree required, just the opportunity to build valuable skills and a career with one of America's most iconic companies. Your future starts here. Apply today at ussteel.com/careers. That's ussteel.com/careers. U.S. Steel. Forge your future.
Fall in Western PA means two things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com. South Hills Kia, let's go. Drive the 2027 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive, just $439 a month. Or the 2026 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive, only $249 a month. Inventory is here and ready to roll, and they're making deals every day. 24-month leases, $39.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles per year plus tax and title. First payment due at signing. Not all qualify. No security deposit required. Offer ends August 31st, 2026. South Hills Kia, go get it before it's gone. Visit southhillskia.net for more details.
Hey, it's Brian Murphy, owner of Easy Home Exteriors. When it comes to roofing, I know you have options, but not all roofers are created equal. I'm local, I'm hands-on. This is my business, and I stand behind every roof we install. I use quality materials, have fair pricing, and we do the job right, without the pressure and without breaking the bank. If your roof needs attention, give me a call. No gimmicks, no games, just roofing done right. Call 412-678-7008 or visit EasyDidIt.com.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Ball at the 43-yard line. Some changes to tell you about as Will Howard remains in at the quarterback position. Dowdle is in at running back on the left side. Howard gets a snap. Back looking right, and then comes back over the middle of the field, and it is complete. And it is Roman Wilson inside Jets territory and down to the 43-yard line. A strike. Nice to see Wilson on the receiving end. And Max, we have some changes on the right side of the offensive line.
Yeah, right side. We talked, Mike McCarthy talked about this, but Broderick Jones at right tackle, Brock Hoffman in at right guard. So a new group in for the second series.
Howard under center. Motion Skoranek in tight. Gets the snap. Play action pass. Howard rolling out to the left, looking, fires on the run, and Skoranek, did he get both feet in? No. Only got 1 foot in along the left sideline. Would have been enough for a first down, but he's out of bounds, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
And Will Howard rolling to his left and throwing that. Skoranek got the right foot down, but just could not drag that left toe before hitting the white on the outside.
Now, he'd broken open, and again, 1 foot in, but that doesn't count in the NFL level.
Only in college.
Yep. Howard in the shotgun has Dowdle to his left. 2 receivers split to the right. He'll give to Dowdle on the delay, starting left, cutting back to the right, looking for some room, and gets down close to the 40. Not much there, just a couple of yards. And we saw this last week. The Steelers running game hasn't really gotten going yet, Max.
It has not gotten off to the start that we talked about, and especially up the middle. Like, that's where you really want to see the guards and the centers take those backside cutoff blocks and any type of combination blocks to the strong side. You want them to kind of create that phalanx or that wall moving forward, and there's just been a couple of cracks in that as they try and get used to each other.
3rd and 8, trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left is Jeremy Bernard. In the shotgun as Howard gets a snap, back to pass. Jets bringing pressure. Howard tries to roll out of it, and he's sacked, taken down, and he is sacked by David Bailey, the rookie first-rounder, as he got around Broderick Jones and was able to come up with a sack.
I mean, there's a reason why he was the top outside in the draft. He's super fast. I mean, I watched him last year at Texas Tech, and a guy that just created havoc for whoever was in front of him. And no different here. He's picking off from college. For Broderick, he's got to extend his hands. He cannot get into the body of the defender because they will wheel him and shorten that edge, and that's exactly what David Bailey did.
High snap here, and Cam Johnson has to bring it down and belt a low bounding ball that is going to stop inside the 5, down by Peyton Wilson at the 4-yard line. Excellent punt by Cam Johnson on a high snap, a 49-yarder. No return has pinned the Jets back at their 4-yard line. 3:57 remains in the first quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues to the score of the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
Terry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
Edgar Snyder and Associates knows that accidents don't take the weekend off. Accidents don't respect business hours. They don't wait until Monday. And neither does Edgar Snyder and Associates. If you're hurt in an accident, day or night, weekday or weekend, you can give them a call. They're available 24/7. Don't wait. Contact Edgar Snyder and Associates for a free, no-strings-attached consultation. And remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you. Call 1-800-94-EDGAR or visit edgarsnyder.com.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. And that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle. Because it matters.
Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Jets backed up at their own 4-yard line. Steelers, unfortunately, that drive stalled as we head down to Willie Colon for more on the offensive line play. Willie?
Yeah, the Steelers got a new right side, and with Brock Jones and Brock Hoffman on that long 3rd and 9. Broderick Jones gave up the sack, but you got to understand, you got to use your hands, big fella. You got to be more aggressive at the opponent attack. And the hardest thing for any offensive lineman is to match the intensity of defensive linemen. I think our interior line is starting to do that. We got to get the rest of the 5 to do the same. I'm looking forward to another series.
Willie, thank you very much. Complete to Isaiah Williams up the left side, tackled by Deshaun Elliott, pickup of 7. Tonight's first half sideline reports are brought to you by Howard Hanna. Win big with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, a proud real estate partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. 6-yard pickup on that quick completion from Klubnik to the former Bengal Isaiah Williams. Brings up a 2nd and 4. 3:25 and counting remaining here in the first quarter. Klubnik under center. Gets the snap, gives off the left side to Wangu, and Wangu will stretch forward for about 1.5 yards, just short of the 12-yard line. Alex Highsmith among those in at the point of attack.
And Keanu Benton also whipping the block of the guard and making the initial contact, allowing Alex Highsmith to finish that off. So good job on the run defense.
Yeah, I'd like to see that combination working well together.
Yes. A lot of Benton-Highsmith collaborations here to come would be nice.
3rd and 2. Klubnik under center, tightly bunched formation. Receivers split to each side. Klubnik back to pass. Looking, here comes some pressure. Klubnik now rolling out, has some room to run, tucks it, crosses the 20, and is tracked down from behind as he gets out to the 30-yard line. Peyton Wilson made the stop, but just nobody there and contained. Good rush. Nobody on contain, and Klubnik able to break free and pick up big yardage.
Well, and the problem with that was you had an inside rush, so therefore losing the contain on the offensive right side, defensive left, but you saw the pressure from Herbig coming around the edge. So it was some pressure, but you need somebody to just hold him just for a second. He had no hold.
16-yard pickup out to the 28-yard line, 1st and 10, approaching 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Klubnik gesturing out to his left, now points to his right and gets a snap. Gives to Wangu off the right side, hit by Jack Sawyer right at the point of attack. Picked up a yard or two out to the 30. Give him 2 and call it 2nd and 8.
And blitz up the middle. Peyton Wilson had a rundown blitz right in the A gap, but Wangu swung to the B gap. That's why I was able to make a little bit of hay. Had he ran into the A, he would have ran into a tackle for a loss.
Minute and a half remaining here in the first quarter. Jets took their opening drive, marched 69 yards for a score in 10 plays. That was it for Geno Smith. He has been removed from the game. The rookie backup quarterback, Cade Klubnik, in. We approach the 1:15 mark remaining here in the first quarter. Klubnik under center, gets a snap, play action pass. Back, Rayshawn Jenkins comes firing in, and Klubnik just flings it toward the sideline to avoid the sack, but great pressure by Rayshawn Jenkins. Now the officials deciding whether this might be intentional grounding. I don't think it will be. No, he wasn't outside the tackle box.
There was nobody there on the sideline. There we go.
Here comes the flag.
Loss of a down. Rayshawn, don't be upset.
He brought it to their attention, saying this is a penalty.
Yeah.
Intentional grounding. Offense. The ball we placed at the spot of the foul. Also a loss of down. It will be 3rd down.
And nobody. All those routes were to the middle of the field or on the far side from us, the left side of the offense. And great job by Ray. He's been in the backfield. That's twice. Last 2 series, Rayshawn Jenkins has made his presence known. And he's saying, just before you solidify that safety position, hey, don't forget about 3-1 one time.
Oh, the veteran, I think, is definitely firmly in the mix for a roster spot. Now Klubnik on 3rd and 20. Low snap, picks it up, back to pass, looking, fires over the middle. It is complete, and it is Isaiah Williams lost the football. It is tumbling free, still fighting for it at the 21-yard line as it ricocheted backward out of the hands of Isaiah Williams. Looks like some Jets down at the bottom of that pile. No official signal. Looks like the Jets have the ball. It was recovered by one of the offensive linemen for the Jets. It appears. Williams spun around, was ripped out of there by Deshaun Elliott.
Deshaun Elliott
went tumbling backward.
When you get a scrum on the ground, you've got to reach for it. I mean, this team, this defensive secondary is taught to just strip the ball out, like just rip at the ball, because you never know. Good things can happen.
McNamara back to punt. Weegan, very similar. Was waiting at his own 31 last time. He's moved a yard back to his 30. Here's the punt by McNamara, angling toward the far sideline, and he bangs this one all the way back to his 18-yard line as Weegan heads left, hesitation move, trying to get to the edge, gets around the corner, and is hauled down by Jeremy Ruckert, and a flag comes in. Had him up high.
Yeah, ball was out. Ball was out, got caught by a Jets defender in stride, but we don't know if it might be a horse collar maybe when they tried to kind of sling him around, and that's what they called before the ball switched possession.
A 60-yard booming punt by McNamara. As of right now, an 11-yard return. Mike McCarthy standing around the officials trying to figure out what this call is going to be. So let's get this.
There's no foul for a horse collar. During return, the receiving team fumbled the ball. It was recovered by the kicking team. 1st down, New York Jets.
I thought. Okay. I was like, the only thing it could have been would have been a potential horse collar but he got him on the front of his shoulder, not in the back. That you have to get the back of the neck area for it to be a horse collar. He got him on the shoulder as he slung him down, but the ball came out of Weejan's hands and fell right into the hands of the defender before he stepped out of bounds. We're watching the replay right now, and yeah, I'm trying to see, that's
number
Malik
84? McLean, and I'm not sure he got
Malik
2 feet.
McLean.
Don't you have to get 2 feet in here? I think the Steelers might challenge this.
Yeah, the second foot might not be in.
After review, the ball was fumbled forward out of bounds. The recovering player did not get 2 feet in. Therefore, it will go back to the spot of the fumble. First down, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Man, a lot happened.
There's a lot of
horse collar. It's not a horse collar. It's a fumble. It's not a fumble. And it's a Steelers football after the 11-yard return by Caden Weejan. So Steelers dodge a bit of a bullet there with just 5 seconds remaining here in this first quarter.
Oh, man. A lot of action there, but you have to realize Caden Weejan's going to get an earful about ball security. When you're going into the teeth of a defense, you got multiple defenders at you. You've got to get both hands on top and below the football as you go into the engagement.
Marked it to 7 seconds. Jalen Warren back in, and the starting offensive line is back in as well. Howard under center. Howard gets a snap. We'll give to Jalen Warren off the left side. Finds a hole here. Bursts through, crosses the 35, and gets it out to the 36-yard line. A pickup of some 6 yards on the final play of the first quarter. So it's time to make the switch to the second quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank for what's next. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With the score, the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, well-qualified current Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE or Wrangler 4xE lessees get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-Door Sport S for $299 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease. Extra charge for miles over 22,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Pittsburghers know strong teams begin with the line. That's why Peoples Natural Gas is upgrading thousands of miles of pipelines throughout western Pennsylvania. Replacing aged infrastructure with state-of-the-art lines that create safer, more reliable systems to deliver the energy you need. Heating homes, making meals, and warming water for millions of residents and businesses, while also cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions. Peoples, providing safe, reliable, and cost-effective energy now and for generations to come.
Fall in Western PA means two things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
First play of the second quarter, Steelers moving left to right in front of us, have the black jerseys, gold pants, facing the New York Jets, and the green pants, white jerseys, and 2nd and 4, the ball at the 36-yard line, following a nice solid 4-yard pickup by Jalen Warren. Mentioned just before that first quarter ended that the starting right guard and right tackle back in for the Steelers. Now Nowakowski in at the fullback position. Howard taps both sides of his helmet, settles back under center. Gets a snap, gives to Warren, starts left, cuts back to the right, zigzags forward, and crosses the 40-yard line. Enough for a first down for the Steelers. And let's go down to Willie Colon about this offensive line and this drive, Willie.
Yeah, as you mentioned, they rotated the two that just started. You're talking about Dylan Cook and Spencer Anderson. as this thing continues, the keys that you start to look for the starting line is how do they communicate under pressure, how are they getting off the ball and winning at the line of scrimmage, and also being able to oppose their will. That's what we want to see. And so far, you see Dylan Cook, you see Spencer Anderson, they're getting off. They're starting to do things that you want to see out of a starting offensive line.
Willie, thank you very much. Handoff to Jalen Warren off the left side, and Jalen is able to cross the 45, get out to the 46 as he got to the left edge.
So having some nice clips here off the edge. Great seal block by Spencer Anderson, who pulled from his right guard position and was running a counter play to the left with Nowakowski as well. So you saw a good old school kind of guard and fullback type of counter lead type of play, and we're getting good shots. The last 3 run plays that have had some success hitting 4 yards plus.
And you always say always falling forward, right? AFF.
AFF for Jalen Warren.
Ran through Brandon Stevens, the former Baltimore Raven. Play action pass now here for Howard, and throws it short, and it is picked up off the left side by Darnell Washington across midfield, close to first down yardage. Might be, again,
right on the line.
Borrow one from our buddy Wolf, a skosh short.
Yeah, just a skosh possibly. We have not seen it yet. They're looking at the measurement, and they're blowing it as a first down. There we go. So the skosh over.
That's right.
Over the limit there.
Yep. And you can see from the replay that he definitely had it. So impressive looking first couple of series here for the Steelers. They pick up a couple of first downs and have the ball in Jets territory for the first time on the evening. Howard in the shotgun, has Warren to his right, gets a snap, play action pass, looking at a loft left up the sideline for Jeremy Bernard, and knocked away by Stevens in man-to-man coverage. Stevens able on that back shoulder to throw to bat it away.
Blanketed on Jeremy Bernard is how we would describe that. They were tied up together, but obviously not enough to draw a penalty from the Jet side, and Jeremy Bernard didn't do enough to really fight off the hands of Brandon Stevens. Easy kind of swat away as the ball got to Bernard's fingertips.
Rico Dowdle is checked into the game. He's the lone setback behind Howard, who's under center. Tightly bunched formation with one receiver to the left. Now Howard taps both sides of his helmet. His teammates do the same, settles back under center. Washington in motion left to right. Here's a handoff to Dowdle. Dowdle maneuvers in the backfield, cuts to the right, and picks up a yard before he's spun down by Dane Belton.
And this play looked like it was supposed to cut all the way back, but because of the knifing linebacker up the middle and the safety Dane Belton, it made it tough for him to get all the way around, because it was a nice seal block by Darnell Washington off the right edge when he came in motion. Just, once again, triggered, pulled, and he made contact first.
3rd and 8. By the way, Bailey, who has a sack, the first-round pick, is still out there. He is opposite Dylan Cook right now. He will drop into coverage as Howard gets a snap. Back, throws over the middle of the field. It's complete to Skoranek, and he picks up the first down before Thomas can make the stop on a crossing route down to the 31-yard line.
And just a beautiful job on the deep end of Skoranek to just hold up the DB just for a second as he makes the in cut, gets the body right in position to make the play.
And Steelers moving to the line of scrimmage without huddling here. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap to give to Dowdle. Dowdle will cut out to the right, and Dowdle able to, I spun. Azariah Thomas hit him at the 25, and he kept going, but the knee hit the ground. So good 6-yard pickup, though. You like the changing of the pace here, Max. And, it's not a hurry up, really. It's just trying to dictate to the defense what you want to do here.
Just a quick change, just to, like you said, put them in a pressure situation. Maybe they're not in the best front. They want to take advantage of a mismatch, and that's where the hurry-up's for. It's not for an entire series, just a play here and there.
2nd and 4. The give to Dowdle, plants the foot running right and cuts up to the 20-yard line to pick up a first down, and this impressive drive continues here for the Steelers.
And it looked good, and he almost broke that tackle by Chase Wilson right at the last second, but he knows he had green grass. But what a great vision by Rico Dowdle in the last couple of plays.
And once again, the Steelers moving quickly here to the line of scrimmage without huddling. The snap to Howard, back to pass, looking right, throws over the middle of the field, complete to Dowdle. He is walloped, and it's Demario Davis, the veteran, who gets him at the 18-yard line after a pickup of 2. The Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz, the official ketchup of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
From the 18-yard line.
So a pickup of 2 brings up a 2nd and 8, 10-20 remaining here in this Second quarter to play. Howard under center, tight end to the right, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Dowdle's the lone setback. Here's the snap and the give to Dowdle. Stretch play to the right, looking for some room. Cuts off tackle and gets inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line before Jawan Briggs is able to make the stop for the Jets. So it'll bring up third and about 4.
And you're starting to see some push and coordination from the offensive line where they're starting to really read and carry those down linemen a lot better and not turning a guy free too soon to where Rico Dowdle can break that line of scrimmage and start to move forward.
3rd and 4, and Warren has checked back into the game. He's next to Howard, standing to his right in the shotgun. Howard gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, throws, and it's intercepted. And it is picked off. And it is Andre Cisco up the left sideline. And Cisco jumped the route, read Howard all the way. Easy interception, and gets it out to the 30-yard line of the Steelers. 9:23 remains in the second quarter of play. I beg your pardon, from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues to the score of the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
All right, now look, in life, sometimes you fumble a play or two. But with Ford Explorer, expect win after win. With responsive power and a terrain management system that tackles the toughest routes and seating for up to 7, so you can bring the whole team on board. Ford Explorer, Pittsburgh's best-selling large SUV, only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Fall in Western PA means 2 things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
For 125 years, U.S. Steel has helped build America. We're just getting started. Today, we're investing in the future of American steelmaking, bringing advanced technology and innovation to our operations, and building on the strength of generations of U.S. Steel employees. Because the future of steel is being built right here in America, and U.S. Steel is investing to help lead the way. Learn more at ussteel.com. U.S. Steel, forging our future.
Pipe dreamers make the future possible, because those who ask, what if, create what's next. With safe, reliable, and efficient energy, the possibilities are endless. And that's why Columbia Gas is replacing aging pipelines. As we invest in our communities, we're powering innovation, improving quality of life, and energizing pipe dreamers of all ages. Columbia Gas, building a better energy future.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers were driving, 23-yard interception return by Andre Cisco on the interception, and these Jets have the ball at the 31-yard line of the Steelers. More on the interception coming up in a moment. First, let's get the opening play of this drive for the Jets at the 9:23 mark. To you as Cade Klubnik in the shotgun has Wangu to his left. Gets a snap, rolling out to his right, throwing on the run, and it is high, and it is hauled in by Tim Patrick along the far sidelines, upended by Deshaun Jameson. And it's going to be a pickup of about 8 as we head down to Willie Colon for more on that interception. Willie?
Yeah, guys, you hate to see the last interception by Will Howard, but I got to admit, it wasn't his fault. Roman Wilson's driving, he's running that route going across the middle. He starts to drift. The safety, Andre Cisco, sitting right in the hole. He's going to make the play. You know, Will Howard started to calm down his feet, his mind. You saw everything. The offensive line started imposing the will. You hate to see it on the last drive.
All right, thanks very much, Willie. Quick RPO throw out to Patrick in the left flat, and Patrick turns upfield and picks up the first down out close to the 45-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. A quick 6-yard pickup and a first down for the Jets.
And that's 2 in a row for Tim Patrick playing in the slot position right there. They notice off coverage, so they run just a quick little screen where he kind of has a flare out from his slot position on the left side, seeing the off coverage, and makes a play behind his other receiver to dive for the first down.
Wangu, the lone setback behind Klubnik, who's under center.
2 receivers to the right. And one of those receivers is in motion right to left. And here's a handoff to Wong, who starts off the right side. Carson Brunner knifes in and makes the stop after a pickup of about 4 out to the 49-yard line.
And this is one, guys are not getting off blocks. Y.A. Black get driven back about 4 or 5 yards on that one. He has to be able to disengage and press back into the center if he's going to run that crossface to slow that gap and force Wongwu to make that cutback, but didn't really do too much there. This defensive line has to get back into the pace of things. You can't get worried about what happened on the other side of the ball. You have to control what you can control, and that's your side of the ball, and be stingy with the yardage.
Quick stop and play is Chukwuezefor, the former Steeler, helped off the field, got off under his own power, and they make the Jets roster as an offensive tackle, back up to 2 first-rounders. And here's Wongwu straight up the middle and nothing doing there. Stopped at the point of the attack. That's what you're talking about there, Max. Atomewo in there to stop things right in their tracks.
Just create just a plug. You've got to just kind of submarine to a degree to force the offensive line not to be able to drive you off the ball and let the rest of your teammates come in. Jack Sawyer comes in and makes the play to finish him off and gives up minimal yards. Got to be stingy here, especially at midfield and crossing into your own territory. You never want anybody else to jump in your backyard. You can fight your siblings all you want in your backyard, but don't let anybody come from the outside.
3rd and 5 with the ball right at midfield. 7 minutes remaining here in this first half. Jets up 7-0. Klubnik will throw out quickly, and it is perfectly read on a quick pass out to the flat to the right side, and Jack Sawyer jumped it. And if that ball had been a little higher, I think he might have picked it off and taken it to the house.
I think Jack jumped and didn't realize his vert was that high in that moment as he went to jump, and it kind of pawed. It kind of surprised him, but able to put a paw down like at his almost chest level and bat that ball down. So a great job by Sawyer stopping the play.
The Jets look like they still have the offense out here, so the Steelers are having to move around some personnel. They had the special teams out there. Now the special teams runs off the field, and the defense runs back on. And then they're swapping the kicking ball out for the regular ball, so it's 6:56. The clock is stopped. And now as Klubnik gets under center, it should start to roll again. Motion man right to left is Isaiah Williams. Now he will drop back. Will Klubnik into the shotgun. Looks like they're just trying to draw the Steelers offsides. You're 10 or offside. 10 seconds. Now 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. They're not going to snap this ball. It doesn't appear. 3, 2, 1, and they will take the penalty. So trying to cause some confusion for the Steelers. Flag comes in.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Yeah, they smelled the cheese on that one. They weren't taking it. It's a little bit too moldy, too funky for them. Good job by the Steelers defense to hold their water and not jump off with all of the different calls and formation shifts. That was a great job to get that on rep, on camera for the defense's coaching tape.
And be able to run in with the special teams, run out, right? Understand what's going on there. Yep.
Especially with the K-ball already being out there, gave them a couple of extra seconds to where they could get set.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. As Weegan is back to receive this, course clock stopped. I beg your pardon on the incompletion. Here's a low driving kick, and it's going to land at about the 15-yard line and be down there by Arian Smith of the Jets. That's where the Steelers will have the football. 6:47 remaining here in the first half from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score. The Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
College football never fails to deliver.
The countdown to college football season is on Sirius XM College Sports Radio. It's nonstop talk about your favorite school.
Guaranteed this season, something will happen you've never seen before.
And our experts break down the contenders for the college football playoff.
I am all in on Oregon. Championship caliber defense.
It's all on College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
My goodness!
The SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Steelers and spoke with QB Aaron Rodgers.
I got to ask you, I don't know how you can walk away from the game. You love this.
I do love it, yeah. I'm also 42. I've played 22 years. I played 3 in college. I've never had a fall to myself. I want to start a family with my wife. I was content in walking away, and then they hired Mike McCarthy, and I was like, oh, me and Mike need a full circle here.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
a dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey, this is Ryan Priest, driver of the number 60 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. The NASCAR Cup Series is on SiriusXM. We are back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Dollar Tree 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
and you can listen to all the action on SiriusXM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90 in the car, and on the SiriusXM app.
For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
You can't win your fantasy football league in the summer, but you sure can lose it. On Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio, we created a winning fantasy football lineup to help you build a championship team.
Hey guys, need your help.
Get the edge you need from Jeff Manns, John Hansen, Jeff Radcliffe, Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life, and the Fantasy Footballers.
I require 2 of my first 4 rounds to be running backs.
Listen live on Channel 87 or prep your draft anytime by searching Draft Season on the Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the NFL
Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
on SiriusXM.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Interact with our stable of former players, coaches, and executives all day long on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
.647 remaining first half. The Steelers had the ball 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line, as Caleb Johnson is in at the running back position behind Will Howard. Offensive line changes as well. Here's the pitch to Johnson off the left side and slashing forward across the 20. Picks up about 4 on that first down run. And Max again looking for those different combinations up front.
Yeah, hockey line shift here on this one because Robert Tonyan in on the edge, but Dylan Cook and I think Ryan McCollum are in, as well as Broderick Jones, Spencer Anderson on the right side. Okay, McCollum's at center, Hoffman's at left guard, Cook is at left tackle. Sorry, there's a lot of movement over there trying to get all these numbers before the snap.
Will Howard under center, play action pass. Looking, stepping up, throws out to the left flat. It is complete to Nowakowski, the rookie fullback, and he has a first down across the 30 out to the 31-yard line. Nice pitch and catch before he's knocked out of bounds.
And just a nice hide route by Nowakowski, getting up into the line of scrimmage, ducking behind the left side of the line, kind of losing the safety late and making a play and moving the sticks. Great job by the offensive line protecting, giving Will Howard time to scan to find Nowakowski.
2 tight ends to the right of the formation. Skoranek motions right to left. Howard is under center, has Johnson as a lone setback. Here's a snap, play action pass, rolling wide open is Skoranek in the right flat, tries to make a man miss, is tripped up instead, and a short pickup. It's Trey Brown who made the stop close to the 35-yard line. They'll call it the 34, so a pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7.
So why not run the Zemo and run a little hide screen to the opposite side with your wide receiver? And Skoranek tried to put the stiff arm down, but went too low and clipped his leg, so he couldn't go further. But he had green grass if he's able to beat that defender.
Howard 6 of 10, 50 yards, has that 1 interception, and is in the shotgun. Gets a snap and will fake to Johnson. Throws lofting to the left side on a crossing pattern. Has his man. It is complete to Robert Tonyan, the tight end, out to the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and it's a Steelers first down.
I would say easily Will Howard's favorite target from last week, making a play there, and just beautiful throw to where only Tonyan can get it. Had more in trail of him and put the ball up and outside, allowing Tonyan to go out and make a play, and he's able to move the sticks.
4:38 and counting remaining in the first half. Steelers down 7-0, moving left to right. They have the ball at their own 46-yard line. Snap to Howard. Back to pass, looking, fires. It is complete to Skoranek. It is in Jets territory. He's tackled at the 47-yard line. Here are the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. Carolina leading Jacksonville 7-0. The only other game tonight, Green Bay at Denver. That's a 9 p.m. kick. And since that interception, Will Howard, 4 for 4, has looked very sharp.
Yeah, it looks very comfortable there. And Willie noted, you have a lot of the starters out now, more of your second team in. And in that moment, I'm watching the replay that they just showed. And Ben Skoranek's asking for, a hit to the head because he went down on the ground and the defender kept going and hit him in the helmet.
Trey Brown is being attended to for the Jets as we head down to Willie Colon. Willie.
Hey, one of the things when you have a young quarterback like Will Howard out there, man, you want to get his confidence going ASAP. And you're starting to see it. His footwork, his timing is all starting to pair up, and he's getting in the rhythm. That's what Mike McCarthy wants. That's part of his structure. Footwork, timing, let the ball rip. He's doing a hell of a job, and this offensive line is responding to it.
Willie, thank you very much. Willie Colon joining the broadcast team here today. 4:07 remains. Now the clock rolling as we're back to live action. Play action pass, quick pitch out to the left side. And that is Roman Wilson, and he's going to be stopped about a yard short. Just a quick throw out, looking to see if he could burst through a hole, and is stopped a yard short of a first down.
Yeah, and he was looking for a lead block from Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard got tricked a little bit, kind of went too far inside. The DB kind of jumped behind him and made the play on Wilson. But those are those little like kind of curl screens where you try and use a little pick route with your wide receiver and try and curl a guy underneath for the off coverage man.
Lou Nichols has checked into the game at the running back position. He is to the left of Will Howard. Snap and the give to Nichols, and Nichols right off right guard is able to pick up the first down to the 43-yard line at the 3:20 and counting mark here of this first half. Caleb Johnson checks back into the game for the Steelers.
One thing you'll never complain about is Lou Nichols going head first and running with a full head of steam. He was going to get those yards. He was not going to be denied. And a nice job of Brock Hoffman kind of sealing the defensive lineman that was trying to slash inside to create that hole for Nichols to dive through.
Howard has three eligibles to the left. One of them in motion left to right is Hurleman across the formation, settles into an H-back position. Howard under center, play action pass. Rolling out, throws wide open to Hurleman in the left flat, I beg your pardon. He's tackled pretty quickly at the 40-yard line, so a short pickup of about 3.
Yeah, Keenan Garber, the corner, makes an excellent play because Hurleman is one of those guys. We talk about Caden Weegan being faster than a hiccup. Max Hurleman is quick fast. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use the determination between the two now. Quick fast and faster than a hiccup.
Okay. To delineate between the two young receivers.
Yes.
And here's Howard in the shotgun. Has Johnson to his left, 213, 212 and counting. Here's the give on the delay to Johnson. Johnson trying to surge forward off left guard. Got 2 down to the 32-yard line, or beg your pardon, the 37-yard line. And now it's time for the 2-minute timeout. Brought to you by Pond Lee Hockey. If you're hurt at work, you need a law firm that will fight for you. Call Pond Lee Hockey, an official sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Your consultation is totally free. 1-888-POND-LAW. With a score, the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Friday Night SmackDown is on Sirius XM WWE Radio. Hear the hard-hitting action.
Cody is busted hard, wide open. Randy is unglued here. He is snapped. This is just savage, merciless. Oh.
And all the smack talk.
Easy to find, hard to beat.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have the call of SmackDown. Friday nights at 8 Eastern on WWE Radio Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
When you listen to Moving the Chains on Sirius XM NFL Radio, you'll hear former fullback Jacob Hester, who knows what it takes to compete on the gridiron.
Give me a helmet, and I'll prove to every single one of you that I belong in the National Football League.
And former front office executive Pat Kerwin, who understands the importance of having the right personnel.
I did sign a player while being the first base coach for my son's Little League team.
Moving the Chains, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NFL Radio Channel 88.
College football never fails to deliver.
The countdown to college football season is on Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
Touchdown!
It's nonstop talk about your favorite school.
Guaranteed this season, something will happen you've never seen before.
And our experts break down the contenders for the college football playoff.
I am all in on Oregon. Championship caliber defense.
It's all on College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
My goodness!
The 2026 SiriusXM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour.
The Buffalo Bills head coach Joe Brady. DJ Moore, what's it been like just having his veteran presence in the locker room?
Like, he was a stud with us in Carolina, and we didn't win a lot of games, right? And the way that he's going about it, he showed up every single day and just worked, and that's what he's done his whole career, and the skill set is there. And having the opportunity to play with Josh and coming here, I'm going to get the best version of DJ Moore this year. I love having him back.
Hear all of our team previews from the NFL Radio Training Camp Tour on the SiriusXM app. This
Chase the sweep nectar of the end zone
is the NFL on SiriusXM.
Out of the 2-minute warning, the Steelers facing a 3rd and 5 from the 37-yard line.
of the Jets. And Willie Colon, Will Howard 6 for 6 on this drive thus far.
Yeah, he's been in rhythm. His footwork, his mind, you can tell he's really starting to get a command of this offense. Let's not forget, last week against the Green Bay Packers, 2-minute drive before they went into halftime. It was a signature play of last week. Hopefully he can do this again. We got 2 minutes left, 3rd and 5. I want to see Will Howard score here, man. He's having a hell of a game. That interception wasn't on him. Roman Wilson has to do it better, not drift, but I think Will Howard right now, man, if he can finish this drive on a high note, I think it speaks volumes.
Willie, thank you very much. 10th play of the drive coming up. 4:47 has elapsed, but the Steelers are facing a 3rd and 5 at the 37-yard line of the Jets. Nichols is to the right of Howard, who brings Tanyan, the tight end, in motion right to left. 2 receivers to each side. Jets showing 4-man rush. That's what they'll bring as Howard gets a snap. Back looking, fires over the middle of the field, and this one's intercepted. And there's a flag on the play. It is picked off by Samuel Womack. It was intended for Max Hurleman, I believe, and let's see what the flags are going to be.
Pass interference. Offense number 84. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down. TV, timeout.
And that is called on Hurleman, who was the intended target here in the crossing pattern that was picked off. I didn't see anything really there at all, but so it is. And at the 154 mark here of the first half, with the Jets having the ball at their own 30-yard line from Acrisure Stadium, Steelers football will continue with a score: the Jets 7 and the Steelers nothing.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
Every winning team needs a flexible game plan. That's why we built the FNB e-store, where you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions with one easy application. Whether you're on the road, banking on your phone, or prefer to visit a branch, the FNB e-store helps you make the right call. Your call. Can your bank do that? Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
Join me, Merrill Hodge, along with Super Bowl champions Max Starks and Willie Parker for an unforgettable beach weekend when Pittsburgh travels to Tampa Bay on October 18th. Stay on America's favorite beaches in St. Pete, Clearwater at the Trade Winds Resort. Your getaway on the white sand beaches offers an incredible beach tailgate on the Gulf the night before the game, Saturday, October 17th. Enjoy live music, delicious food, great giveaways, and your chance to meet Steelers legends. Book your beach getaway today at PittsburghBeachWeekend.com.
If you've been injured at work, you don't want just any lawyer. You want your home team, Pond Lehocky. Call them today for your free legal consultation at 1-888-POND-LAW. Every day they fight for Pittsburgh workers. They've recovered billions of dollars for hardworking people like you. Tell them your story now at 1-888-POND-LAW. Pond Lehocky, an official sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pond Lehocky, Giordano Inc. Attorney advertising. Spokesperson is not an attorney. No fee unless there is a recovery. Prior results, including cases won and amounts recovered, do not guarantee a similar outcome. PondLehocky.com.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Okay, something to clean up here quickly. The pass was intended for Roman Wilson. It was Hurleman who, on a pick route, was called for the pass interference.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. He was Max Hurleman was trying to pick for Robert Tanyan on the sideline. Will Howard was throwing the deeper post route to Roman Wilson.
So now the Jets get their own rookie quarterback, Cade Klubnik, running the 2-minute drill. Short pass out to the right. It is complete. And it is another rookie, first-rounder Omar Cooper, one of 3 first-rounders for the Jets, who has a reception just short of a first down. Ball close to the 40-yard line of the Jets, who have all 3 timeouts remaining, as do the Steelers. 1:35 and counting. Klubnik gets a snap and will give to Wangu off the left guard, and Wangu will get out to the 41-yard line, picks up a first down. Jets will now hurry back up.
And Wangu tripped, actually. It wasn't even because of a tackle. He just tripped.
1:20 and counting as Klubnik gets a snap. Throws out to the left. It's complete to Isaiah Williams, and Williams does not get out of bounds. Tackled by Boykin, and so clock will continue to roll. 1:05 and counting. Short pickup
of 6 out to the 47-yard line. Under 1 minute remaining. Klubnik gesturing out to his right. Settles back into the shotgun. Gets a snap. Steelers bringing pressure, and Klubnik will be sacked. Taken down by Jack Sawyer, who comes in, had half a sack last week, picks up one here. And on an 8-yard loss, the Jets will use a timeout.
And that was just, he whipped the guard's block, and that was Marquise Hayes that did not kick out all the way. The right tackle kicked all the way out to account for the safety blitz off the edge, leaving Jack Sawyer wide open. And you don't do that to 3-3. 3-3 will, Sawdog will take you down.
So now it'll be a 3rd and 11. Ball back at the 40-yard line of the Jets. Again, you start to think about if the Steelers can make a stop, will they think about using some of their timeouts? Crowd here at Acrisure Stadium letting the defense hear it. They've got the towels rolling as Klubnik gets the snap and throws out, and it is complete to McLean and a long out pattern, and it's easily enough for a first down in Steelers territory at the 46-yard line and out of bounds.
Yeah, Deshaun Jameson at the top of that route and coverage slips, allowing for the receiver to make that play on the edge.
45 seconds remaining with the clock stopped. Klubnik gets a snap, back to pass, looking, pump fakes, now rolling out to the right, looking, throws, and the ball is deflected and knocked away. It's Bruner who got into the passing lane there and batted it down.
And the pass rush was kind of there, but nice job by Carson Bruner, just kind of jumping up and spreading his hands out wide, catching it with the inside of his right hand, because he didn't know where Klubnik was going to release that football. So a good job there to turn them away on first down.
We talk about the 2-minute offense. I want to see this 2-minute defense get its job done as well. 8 on the play clock as the Jets finally break the huddle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and the Jets need to use a timeout here. Poor clock management by the Jets, and they're forced to use their second timeout.
Yeah, couldn't get it in time.
A reminder that our next broadcast on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network will be Thursday, August 27th, when the Pittsburgh Steelers visit the Buffalo Bills. Steelers Audio Network coverage will begin at 5 p.m. on Thursday the 27th. And, of course, that's going to be a big game for a lot of the players trying to make a final statement. But it'll be fun to see that new stadium, too.
Yeah, it will be fun to see the new Highmark Stadium. I mean, I know if you go on social media, people have been complaining about it. Obstructed views, too much concrete. I'm like, what do you think the stadium's made out of? You know, I mean, it's made out of concrete. Now, the obstructed views, I think it's a couple. But I'm like, that's still a beautiful, big new stadium that cost a couple of $2 billion to build.
Looking forward to seeing it. The Jets break the huddle here. Only one timeout remaining now. 39 seconds left. 2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Steelers. Klubnik back to pass. Pressure coming. Oh, and a great job. Carson Bruner ran through Wangu's block attempt and dumped Klubnik for another sack inside Jets territory.
Oh, that was beautiful. And now that you wonder if the Steelers are going to call a timeout. Doesn't look like they are, but that was a great overload blitz again. Carson Bruner coming instead of Jack Sawyer on that one. Very same exact play, except for Wangu wasn't tall enough to ride that ride, a 4-4.
3rd and 16. Klubnik fires. It is complete down to the 41-yard line. And that is once again McLean on the reception. The Jets hustling up to the line of scrimmage. They do have one timeout remaining and hadn't used it yet. And now they do use it. Comes in from the sideline. As looked like Klubnik kind of lost track of how much time was left in that on that clock. And with 1 second left, the Jets are going to try a long field goal attempt.
And sitting there, ball on the 41. So you figure this is probably about a 56-yarder, maybe 57-yarder.
And it's Cade York who's going to attempt the kick. Came up with the Cleveland Browns several years ago. Bounced around a little bit since then. It's going to be a 59-yard attempt to left.
Oh, he's right on the left hypocycloid, the blue one, right in front of the 50-yard line.
And just on the left hash, 59-yard attempt. Long snapper is Thomas Hennessy. McNamara is the holder. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the kick by York. And that is wide right and no good. And that will bring us to the end of the second quarter, brought to you by our neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score, the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. The UPMC halftime report is up next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis & Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. Legacy Kia, the all-new Legacy Kia of West Mifflin. Your way, right away. Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. NSS Life, where family matters. Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with a Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. S&T Bank. People forward banking. Pennsylvania One Call System. Dial 811 before you dig. Robert Pearson Associates. When life tackles you, Robert Pearson Associates fights for justice. PierceLaw.com. People's Natural Gas. Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Prescott Roofing. Tackling Pittsburgh roofs since 1906. South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you love. RE/MAX Select Realty. Visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com. And by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus.
Welcome to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wes Schuler with you here at the half at Acrisure Stadium, where it's the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. The Steelers' first half recap is brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brilliantly boring since 1865. The Jets started with the football, 10 plays, 69-yard drive. Geno Smith, 2 Woods from 13 yards out. That made it 7-0 Jets, and that score has held here for the other 20 minutes-ish since that first quarter score by New York. A couple good drives by the Steelers ended by a turnover, a 59-yard field goal missed by New York at the end of the half, and so just the 7 points on the opening drive for the Jets. When we return on the other side, we'll take a look at other preseason action around the NFL. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Every NFL game is on SiriusXM.
Looking for the end zone, and he's in for a 40-yard touchdown rip.
Football is back as the preseason continues.
It's exciting just to be back and hear the roar of the crowd.
Don't miss a snap, including your team's pre- and post-game shows on the SiriusXM app. And SiriusXM NFL Radio's training camp tour gets you ready for the season with previews of all 32 teams.
We're on a quest to find out what we do really, really well.
Just search for your favorite team on the SiriusXM app.
Embrace the power and speed of the NTT IndyCar Series on SiriusXM.
Start your engine!
Feel every thrilling moment of the 2026 IndyCar season.
To the outside, we get to the Iron Bridge. Felix Rosenquist gets him at the start-finish line.
For the first time ever, IndyCar will roar through the streets of our nation's capital. It's the Freedom 250 Grand Prix of Washington, D.C. Sunday afternoon at 1 Eastern, live on IndyCar Nation Channel 218 and the SiriusXM app.
Talking to the stars of the NFL on the 2026 training camp tour.
LA Charger quarterback Justin Herbert, year 3 with Coach Harbaugh. I can't imagine that he doesn't get you fired up still to this day.
He's the best. Yeah. He loves football. He loves this team, and he would do anything to win. And to have a guy like that cares so much about this team, his players, everything he does, it's about winning, and it's about how can I be the best coach for these guys. And it just makes you want to play harder for him and respects him even more.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the SiriusXM app.
The stars of the World Cup are back in action in the English Premier League, and all the top matches are on Sirius XM FC.
Erling Haaland, Manchester City take the lead.
Opening weekend continues tomorrow at noon Eastern as Brentford take on Tottenham.
Oh, Richarlison with a stunning strike.
Experience the passion of the world's most exciting league all year long on your 24/7 home for soccer. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
On Sirius XM.
Back at Acrisure Stadium at the half, where it's the Jets 70, Steelers nothing. Let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard. The rest of the league looking like this. 2 other preseason games tonight down in Jacksonville. The Jags trail Carolina 7-3. That one early in the second quarter. And then getting going here at 9 o'clock in Denver. The Broncos host the Packers. When we return, I will have your first half stats. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
You can't win your fantasy football league in the summer, but you sure can lose it. On Sirius XM Fantasy Sports Radio, we created a winning fantasy football lineup to help you build a championship team.
Hey guys, need your help.
Get the edge you need from Jeff Manns, John Hansen, Jeff Radcliffe, Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life, and the Fantasy Footballers.
I require 2 of my first 4 rounds to be running backs.
Listen live on Channel 87 or prep your draft anytime by searching Draft Season on the Sirius XM app.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey, this is Ryan Priest, driver of the number 60 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We are back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Dollar Tree 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
And you can listen to all the action on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
SiriusXM NBA Radio is your home all year long for 24/7 coverage of the National Basketball Association.
LeBron dribbling, drives to the paint, puts it up, in, and a foul. Are you kidding me?
We are bringing you exclusive access to the biggest basketball stars in the world.
Talking to the one and only Steph Curry.
I truly believe we can be championship relevant. For me, that's literally the only thing I'm playing for at this point.
Enjoy interactive, live NBA commentary all day long.
No matter how much talent you have, if you don't play as a team, you can't win.
Let those guys in the front office run the team, dude.
And of course, all the nightly rim-rocking, heart-pounding, buzzer-beating, play-by-play action your ears can handle.
Victor for 3. And the foul. Victor Wembanyama.
Basketball is our life. On Sirius XM NBA Radio Channel 86 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Pittsburgh fans, hear what Coach McCarthy and the players have to say after each game on the Steelers channel. 826 on the Sirius XM app.
Back at Acrisure Stadium, where the Jets lead the Steelers 7-0 at the half. Let's take a look at the first half stats. They're brought to you by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus. Will Howard, 10 of 15 for 74 yards, the 2 interceptions in his 30 minutes of action. Not the outing that he was looking for. Ben Skoranek leads the way with 3 receptions for 26 yards. On the ground game for the Steelers, we've seen a little Dowdle, we've seen a little Warren. Dowdle, 5 attempts for 18 yards. Warren, 5 attempts for 17 yards. Also, Caleb Johnson has 2 carries for 7 yards. Lou Nichols, 1 carry for 3 yards. On the Jets side of things, Geno Smith, perfect 7 for 7, 65 yards and the touchdown, 1 drive. His day was over. The rookie Cade Klubnik, 8 for 12, also for 65 yards, and expecting to see a little bit more of him in the second half. He also, Cade Klubnik, had 1 rush attempt for 16 yards for the Jets. Team stats before I get out of here. 9 first downs in the first 30 minutes for New York, 8 for the Steelers. The Jets 4 of 8 on third downs. The Steelers 2 of 6. Total yards there through 30 minutes, 148 for New York, 108 for the Steelers. Thanks to Caliente Pizza and Draft House for feeding our crew tonight back at studio headquarters. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, 10-time World Pizza Champions. Order today at worldsbestpizza.com. I'm Wes Schuler, and you've been listening to the UPMC Halftime Report. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have the second half kickoff right after this. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
For more than 65 years, Schneider Downs has provided a full spectrum of business consulting solutions to the Western Pennsylvania region. Tax and accounting, digital solutions and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at acrisure.com.
Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer kicks off Tuesday, September 15th at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson. You can meet Jack and you can register to win a pair of Steelers tickets every week. Chalk Talk with Jack Sawyer, Tuesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. at the Giant Eagle Market District in Robinson.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2026. Brought to you in part by Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice. Bridges Hospice, your choice, our privilege. Coming soon to the Mon Valley. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. First National Bank, can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB, member FDIC, your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. Need tires? Flynn's will get you in today. Gateway Clippers Shuttle Service, the best way to a Steelers game. Kirkin Roofing. Call the Pickle. Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. Find food, volunteer, or donate at pittsburghfoodbank.org. Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. Haas's Steak and Sea House. Haas's is hospitality. And by Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Tonight's second half preview is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. So, Max, we're going to see Drew Aller here in the second half. I think that's something that a lot of Steelers fans are going to be very interested to see.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we wanted to see both of these young guys put it on display. We saw Will Howard in the first half, some highs and some lows for him. You could see the rookie learning curve kind of kicking in the second week. Some decisions he's going to have to work on as far as a couple of plays that he had some bad reads. And now Drew Aller's turn to lead this team for an entire half as they are the only two quarterbacks playing in this game. So what can Drew Aller do to kind of build on his second half performance that he had against the Packers?
What did you see in that offensive line play in the first half? What are you expecting to see in the second half? We're going to see some substitutions, I would assume.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll have all the starters finally out of the line. I think we'll see more of kind of this ending group that we saw to end the first half, where you had Brock Hoffman on the left side along with Dylan Cook, Broderick Jones, Spencer Anderson. I wonder if we'll see some Doug Nestor worked in there. Ryan McCollum was in there. Will they switch positions on him and switch him and Hoffman at center in the guard position, as well as Jack Driscoll also coming in, played at the end of the game last week. So I'm expecting still to see about a rotation of about 7 different offensive linemen, and that's about 3 different combinations that we can expect to see in the second half.
How about defensively here for the Steelers?
Gabe Rubio time.
Okay.
This is Gabe Rubio time. We got a lot of time with Y.A. Black, Keanu Benton, Dean Lowry was in there as well. So let's see what Gabe Rubio, Kyler Baugh, and Anthony Goodlow. Let's see what those guys can do. They had monster second halves against Green Bay last week.
Kevin Jobity trying to make a name for himself as well here among Steelers fans. Tonight's second half is brought to you by People's Natural Gas, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Jets will be kicking left to right. In case you're just joining us, they're up 7-0. They're wearing their green uniform pants with white jerseys. The Steelers in the gold uniform pants and the black jerseys will be moving right to left in front of us. Caden Weegan back to receive with Eli Heidenreich. And let's see who's kicking it off for the Jets. Looks like it's going to be Sanders who will be doing the kicking. Again, Sanders and York battling for the kicking job here for the Jets. And we're underway. Sanders with the boot, and it is going to be taken by Weegan. And Weegan going to let it go over his head and into the end zone, and Heidenreich chased after it. We saw that last year.
We did.
It goes over your head. You need to recover it.
You have to chase it out.
Weegan let it go over his head, and that's going to be a teaching point, I would think, as well.
Yeah, that's going to be another teaching point for Caden Weegan. Ball security the first one, and then now, making sure you go secure the ball. And I'm sure Caleb Johnson probably wanted to say something to him like, hey, you got to go cover that, because he had that issue happen to him last season as a rookie.
Caleb Johnson in. We are still seeing Dylan Cook at left tackle and Broderick Jones at right tackle. Hoffman at right guard as well. And so Doug Nestor looks like he's in at left guard. So, again, keeping some of those first-teamers or guys battling for first-team spots out there, with Drew Aller getting his first snap. Now gesturing to his left, he's in the shotgun, has Caleb Johnson to his right. Aller gets a snap from his own 36-yard line. Back to her own 35, I beg your pardon. Back rolling out left, rolling. He's going to tuck it, and he's going to scoot out of bounds along the near sideline, pick up a 4 out to the 39.
Yeah, pressure came a little bit early on the left side, and we looked like Braden McGregor coming off the edge and forcing Drew Aller out of the pocket on that play, and just couldn't find anything, so I had to tuck it and get some positive yardage.
Interesting guy, Braden McGregor, rookie free agent, getting a long look from the Jets with that pressure off of that offensive left side. Snap, Aller give to Johnson, bursting to the outside to the right, and just couldn't quite get to the edge before he is dragged down by Clark. Now close to the 45-yard line, just going to be about a yard short. It looked like he might be able to get to the edge and pick up big yardage.
It was right there, and there was a beautiful surge by that right side of the offensive line. They absolutely blew the defenders backwards, allowing for Caleb Johnson to make that easy cut read to the backside.
3rd and inches from the 44-yard line. Just under 14 minutes remaining here in the third quarter, opening drive of the second half. Steelers down 7-0. Aller in the shotgun gets a snap. Will give to Johnson off left side and surging forward, and he will pick up the first down as he burrows out close to the 47-yard line.
Scrum initiated there. Offensive line created that phalanx, old Spartan-style formation, and just wedged their way forward, allowing for Caleb Johnson to get through for the first down. Got to throw in some Greek history.
Got those 5 hoplites up front.
Yeah, exactly. No shields, though. No shields, though. All elbows.
Drew Aller under center. The lone setback is Caleb Johnson. Fresh set of downs, ball at the 47-yard line of the Steelers. And play action pass. Aller back, looking, pumps, now moving to the left, steps up in the pocket, pump fakes, flag behind him as he tucks it and gets across midfield to the 49-yard line. However, there is a flag, and it looks like it's going to be holding against the Steelers.
There's a little bit. Couldn't see if that was McCollum or who.
Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, Ryan McCollum, yeah. I mean, he was inside the grasp, but once the arm overcomes, you've got to let it go because it looks like a jersey pull. Very easy call, especially that deep on the bull rush. You just have to let it go. Even though it doesn't look that bad because he feels like he's still got position in the clutch, it's one of those things, it's an easy call. The refs can call it every time.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And it was after the leaping attempt by the defensive lineman. I believe it was Peyton Page, and he kind of pulled them down afterward. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Aller in the shotgun. Will give to Caleb Johnson. Starts right, cuts back to the left, stiff arm, and runs parallel to the line of scrimmage and dropped at the 40. So a short pickup. Again, looked like there might have been a little more there, and Caleb picks up 3.
Caleb had the initial move, and as he's working, but just couldn't shake free of the initial hit by the Jets defender.
2nd and 17. Quick snap. Aller sets up the screen to Johnson, left side. Johnson, following his blockers, is belted down by Cisco as he gets across the 45 out to about the 47-yard line. Call it the 46, so it's going to be 3rd and 11. Another short pickup.
And I'll say that was some nice movement there by the offensive line, getting out and creating that moving wall between McCollum and Nestor from the left side on the running back screen.
Under 12 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. 3rd and 11. Steelers at the ball at their own 46-yard line. Aller has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Johnson next to him in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Aller back to pass. Blitz coming. Steps up. Throws back to the right. It is Tanyan, the tight end, but Tanyan is stopped right at the 49-yard line. Quick tackle out there. He was the only man out there, but the ball kind of took a while to get there, and he is stopped on a 4th and 5 now. The Steelers still have the offense out there.
Yeah, midfield. You know, maybe they try and do what the Jets did and trying to draw you off sides, but I have to think that they're probably going to try and take a shot at this with analytics.
Here's a snap to Aller. Aller looking, pumps back to the left and too tall. Had a man open. It was Wentz who'd broken free from Womack, but the ball sails over his head, and the Steelers will turn the ball over on downs at the 49-yard line of the Jets. 11-13 remains third quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score. The Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
Pittsburghers know strong teams begin with the line. That's why Peoples Natural Gas is upgrading thousands of miles of pipelines throughout western Pennsylvania, replacing aged infrastructure with state-of-the-art lines that create safer, more reliable systems to deliver the energy you need, heating homes, making meals, and warming water for millions of residents and businesses, while also cutting down on greenhouse gas emissions. Peoples, providing safe, reliable, and cost-effective energy now and for generations to come.
Every winning team needs a flexible game plan. That's why we built the FNB e-store, where you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions with one easy application. Whether you're on the road, banking on your phone, or prefer to visit a branch, the FNB e-store helps you make the right call. Your call. Can your bank do that? Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
He goes for it, and he's got it!
That's another legendary play for Pittsburgh.
Perfectly displays the precision and performance that this team is a pro at delivering.
A team like that needs a lineup of vehicles that can match their energy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's why Pittsburgh teams back Ford trucks.
This roster's made for the City of Champions and delivers MVP-level performance every time.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store and find your star player today.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Jets had the ball turned over on downs by the Steelers. Let's go down to Willie Colon for what Willie's looking for in the second half of the black and gold.
You know, one of the things Mike McCarthy talked about this week and his ability to find the silver lining, and that starts with Drew Aller. Last week, he was able to improvise. When things broke down, you saw him move his feet, score, and make things happen. Now, we see in the second half, he's doing the same thing. But we still need him to be on time with the football, have some command, and really deliver the football on time. That's what he has to do in the second half. If you're the offensive line coming out of halftime, they're starting to play a little bully ball. We know you can run, but we want to see Caleb Johnson and some of these running backs come downhill. So we'll see what happens in the second half. But right now, Drew Aller, can they calm him down and can he deliver?
All right, Willie, thank you very much. By the way, Landon Roberts, like a shot, stopped Sam Scott right at the line of scrimmage. So
Hammer.
Getting him probably just trying to get his wind up and get him back to play speed. He's out there with Cole Holcomb at the linebacker position. Cade Klubnik remains in a quarterback. Klubnik stands up in the pocket, throws short underneath. It is complete, and it is Quincy Skinner who is spun down by Jamison at the 44-yard line of the Steelers. 5-yard, or beg your pardon, that's going to be a 7-yard pickup. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 3, maybe 3rd and 2 they're going to call here from the 43-yard line of the Steelers.
Yeah, Steelers dialing up a 5-man pressure there, trying to get home on Klubnik. Klubnik gets that ball away before he can get contacted. And Deshaun Jamison get a little bit stronger there, take him down to the ground. He couldn't quite. He tried to spin him a couple times, but couldn't get him down.
Got another 3 yards after contact there. 3rd and 2. Klubnik in the shotgun, hard count, gives to Scott. Scott off left side and is not going to get anywhere. Had his bottled up. Cole Holcomb knifed through and was able to stop Scott for no gain.
Timed it up perfectly. Jets tried to go hard count, and because he was just a tick behind, able to get in the middle of that and really muck everything up for the offensive line, their blocking scheme, and allow for him. It looked like now Landon Roberts, they ran cross dog there. Landon Roberts came first and Holcomb folded behind him. So E-Rob set the first line of destruction for him.
4th and 2, Jets going for it here. Klubnik in the shotgun, gets the snap, back to pass, looking wheel route out to the right, and it is complete to Scott. He is dropped in his tracks by a Landon Roberts, going to be close to a first down, very close to a first down.
It might be too short, And
the officials huddling to talk this over.
Where that ball is. Come on, Carl Johnson. Let's go, Carl.
A little muffled on the ref mic there, but it looks like that is a stop short by Landon Roberts, so we'll go back over to downs on the Steelers. 9 yards away from where they turned it over the last time on downs. From Acrisure Stadium, Steelers football continues with a score of the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Looking for health insurance for employees in multiple locations? UPMC Health Plan National Access has you covered. UPMC National Access gives employees access to the top-ranked doctors and hospitals of UPMC, along with nationwide access through the Cigna Healthcare PPO network for employees outside of the service area. For the quality, affordable coverage that your company deserves, choose UPMC Health Plan.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better, and that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
South Hills Kia, let's go. The 2027 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive, just $259 a month. And the all-new 2026 Kia K4 LXS, only $209 a month. Top trade values are happening right now. Don't miss it. 24-month leases, $34.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax and title, first payment due at signing. Not all qualify, no security deposit required. Offer ends August 31st, 2026. South Hills Kia, deals like this don't last. Visit southhillskia.net for more details.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Ball's marked at the 41-yard line of the Steelers, 9:11 remaining in the third quarter as the Steelers and Jets have turned each other over on down. Steelers had the ball back. I'd like to quickly wish a happy birthday to our esteemed statistician, Mark Oxenreider.
That's right.
We will never say his name or his birthday out loud, just only to indicate that he might have something in common with Jack Lambert's number.
Oh.
Jersey number. We're not going to actually say how old he is.
We won't say that.
Nope, we would never say that on the air.
It's a hidden treasure.
Under center is Drew Aller. Lone setback is Caleb Johnson. Gets the handoff, stretch play to the light, gets around the edge, left, I beg your pardon, gets around the edge, but here comes a flag sailing in.
Two.
And it looks like, two flags. Looks like this one's going to come back. Just completely collapse that side of the line of scrimmage.
Oh, man. Just when you felt good about everything going.
Holding. Offense, number 28. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
This is Levi Wentz, the wide receiver.
And Levi, yeah. You got to let him go at some point. The dude is turned completely sideways. You got to let him go, Levi.
And so that wipes out a promising game. Would have been, 6-7 yards anyway, even without the holding penalty, but now will be a 1st and 16 from back at the 35-yard line on that spot foul. 8:55 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Aller has emptied the set. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, gets a snap, back to pass, looking right, pumps, comes back over the middle, complete to Lake McCree, the tight end, out to the 43-yard line. So they'll get about 8 of that yardage back, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
And just a nice little quick throw in the middle to Lake McCree, just kind of fit it right in the pocket by Aller. Also wanted to point out new left tackle in Jack Driscoll has now entered the game, removing Dylan Cook. I'm sure his service is done for the day, going well into the second half.
And still seeing Hoffman and Jones on the right side. Eli Heidenreich has checked into the game for the Steelers season. The left slot, empty set once again for Aller. Gets a snap, back to pass, four-man rush coming. Aller pump fakes, now moving out to his left, looking, gonna loft downfield. There's a man down there. It is McCree. He hauls it in, and yes, he kept himself in bounds before Moore could knock him out inside the 20 down to the 19-yard line.
High risk, high reward for Drew Aller. Under pressure, escapes to his left, and just delivers an absolute dart to Lake McCree, who beat the double coverage.
38-yard strike. The Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz, the official catch-up of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and pressure coming. Aller throws incomplete. Intended short for Heidenreich. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, the Jets defense sniffed out that screen that they were trying to run to him, and there was nowhere open. Kind of gives a little skip like a rock, and Heidenreich kind of picks it up off the one hop. But that doesn't count in football.
One of the things they talk about is don't make a bad play worse. If it's not there, don't try to force it. Don't just sometimes, as Mike McCarthy said, 2nd and 10's okay.
Yeah.
And that's what it is right now. Yeah, that's what it is for the Steelers at the 19-yard line of the Jets. Here's a snap, and Aller will give to Heidenreich, spinning off left side. He held that for a long time. I wonder if that was an option where Drew could have possibly kept it and run right. Instead, Heidenreich picks up 2 to the 17 off the left side.
Yeah, Drew Aller was staring down the barrel. He was trying to see if the defensive end or outside linebacker was going to crash down, but he saw they locked eyes, and that's why he handed it off at the last second, because you didn't want to try and pull the matador at that moment behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Steelers marching right to left. 7:10 remaining here in the third quarter. Aller has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gets the snap. Jets bringing pressure. Aller back. Aller tries to step out of the pocket and instead is slung down for a loss in the play. It was Chase Wilson, the linebacker on the blitz, who brought him back. It brought him down, and now the Steelers will attempt a field goal with late margin out to kick it for him. So Lath giving a little bit of, I don't call it's not competition. Chris Boswell, if he's healthy, obviously,
relief.
The kicker.
Relief,
yeah. Rest the leg a little bit.
Yeah, we know what Boz can do.
Yes. And this will be a 44-yard attempt for Lath margin from the left hash, kicking right to left. 6:25 remains here in this third quarter. Snap, hold, kick by margin is up and curls left, and it is wide left, no good. So the Steelers remain off the scoreboard here at Acrisure Stadium. 6:19 remains, third quarter. Steelers football continues with the score. The Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
Friday Night SmackDown is on Sirius XM WWE Radio. Hear the hard-hitting action.
Cody is busted wide open. Randy is unglued here.
He is snapped.
This is just savage, merciless. Oh.
And all the smack talk.
Easy to find, hard to beat.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have the call of SmackDown. Friday nights at 8 Eastern on WWE Radio Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
The Sirius XM NFL Radio Training Camp Tour checked in with the Steelers and spoke with QB Aaron Rodgers.
I got to ask you, I don't know how you can walk away from the game. You love this.
I do love it, yeah. I'm also 42. I've played 22 years. I played 3 in college. I've never had a fall to myself. I want to start a family with my wife. I was content in walking away. And then they hired Mike McCarthy. And I was like, oh, me and Mike need a full circle here.
Sirius XM NFL Radio Channel 88 and on the Sirius XM app.
A dominant performance this afternoon.
Hey, this is Ryan Priest, driver of the number 60 Ford Mustang for RFK Racing. The NASCAR Cup Series is on Sirius XM. We are back on the track Sunday,
1 p.m. Eastern.
It's the Dollar Tree 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
And you can listen to all the action on Sirius XM NASCAR Radio, Channel 90 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
For up-to-date betting lines, fantasy plays, and the latest NASCAR news, catch the pre-race show before every Cup Series race.
Sometimes you only get one look at greatness. After all, there's only one Jerome Bettis, only one Terry Bradshaw, and one Dermonte Dawson. There's only one Lombardi Trophy, only one case of Super Bowl rings, and only one Hall of Fame gallery that houses the bronze bust of each Hall of Famer. And they all live in one place, the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where one look at greatness lives forever. Ignite the passion, relive the glory. Book your visit now at profootballhof.com.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh! You're listening to Sirius XM.
The Steelers' fourth down defensive stop was the Northwest switch of possession play. Listen to Michelle Michaels Monday for the cue to call in, tell her the Northwest switch of possession play, and win a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of Northwest Bank, the team that brings you expert advice right in your neighborhood. Go to northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for what's next. Bailey Zappi is checked in as the Jets got a good long look at their rookie quarterback, Cade Klubnik. Sam Scott remains in at the running back position. Zappi is under center. The ball at the 34-yard line of the Jets, 6:19 remaining in the third quarter. Zappi gets a snap, play action pass. Back looking, rolls left, throws underneath, and it is separated as Robert Spears-Jennings just demolished Chase Scott, and the ball came free. And it's Sam Scott, I beg your pardon, it's incomplete. Whew.
You mean Robert gave him the spear, Jennings?
Oh.
He came down with a full head of steam there and dislodged that ball from the running back's hands.
2nd and 10, ball at the 34-yard line. 6:12 remains here in this third quarter. Motion man is Quincy Skinner, moves right to left. 3 receivers on the left side for Bailey Zappi, under center. Now bring a motion man left to right. Zappi gets a snap and will give to Scott. Scott, trying to sprint to the left edge, is able to jump through a would-be tackle and is chased down by Rubio, but there is a flag behind the play, so what looks now like a 6-yard gain might be coming back.
Holding. Offense number 88. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
It's Cam Camper, the wide receiver. So very similar to what we saw with the outside holding penalty on the long Steelers run for Caleb Johnson that got called back.
Yeah, Boykin got held right around the outer shoulder pads. Very easy call from the side judges to make that call and push the Jets offense backwards.
2nd and 20, the ball at the 24-yard line. Zappi has emptied the set. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, fires left, and it is complete to Quincy Skinner, and hanging on for dear life along the far sideline is Darrell Porter, and held on and finally got his man to the ground.
And that's one where it's like, no, because there is no support. I need some help. And of course, you know who's in quick chase.
Oh, Robert Spears-Jennings.
Robert, that guy that likes to do what Spears-Jennings.
So 3rd and 15, ball back at the 29-yard line. Clock rolling here, 5:15 remaining in the third quarter. Scott to the left of Zappi, has 3 receivers to the right. Here's the snap. Steelers will bring 4. Zappi back, fires to the right. It's complete. It is short of a first down. And tackled immediately is Curtis. It was Roberts on the stop. And the Jets will punt it away.
So just a good job by this defense. Kept everything in front of them. Did not allow for broken tackles. I know you had the one hop by Skinner on the run play. Those are one positive. But a great job by this defense keeping everything in front of them and not getting beat deep.
Austin McNamara back to punt. Caden Weegan standing in his own 15-yard line. Jets punting left to right. Under 4.5 minutes remaining as McNamara gets the snap and boots a high, short kick. Weegan will take it at his 23. Moves to the right, scoots to the 25, the 30, steps outside, and now tries to wiggle back to the left and is finally tackled at around the 35-yard line. So action-packed return for Caden Weegan. And with 4:13 remaining, the Steelers will have the ball with good, solid field position. And with the score, the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
At BetMGM, Steelers fans can place their first bet and score $150 in bonus bets if it wins. Exclusively at BetMGM, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 and over. PA and West Virginia only. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. All promotions are subject to qualifications and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued on non-withdrawable site credit or bonus bets unless otherwise provided in the applicable terms. Rewards subject to expiry.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. And that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Confluence Financial Partners provides financial guidance that balances living fully today, preparing confidently for tomorrow, and securing what matters most. As your partner in wealth management and a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they act as the quarterback of your financial plan, helping you navigate life's transitions and milestones. Your legacy deserves more than a plan. It deserves a partner. Discover how Confluence Financial Partners can help you build yours at confluencefp.com.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers left the ball at their own 35-yard line with 4:13 remaining in the third quarter, thanks to a nice job by their defense as we head down to Willie Colon. Willie.
Yeah, going into halftime, Mike McCarthy talked about what he wanted to see out of his defense in the second half. Tackle better, get off the field on third down, play with more aggression and intensity. They've been able to execute that. Credit the Steelers' depth, right? You talk about Robert Spears-Jennings, E-Rob being a green dot linebacker, Rubio. All these guys are high-quality depth guys, and they're showing up in the second half. So credit the defense for making it work.
Willie, thank you very much. Here's the handoff, and it is Caleb Johnson right off left guard. Pretty good surge by that offensive line pushing forward. Not a big gain there, about 3, but looked like they got off the ball there and drove their defenders back a little bit, Max.
Felt really good, and you had a wraparound block on a counter lead there by Brock Hoffman, and he kind of got behind and gave the extra push for Caleb Johnson to get forward. So nice job by the offensive line, starting to meet the intensity of the defense.
Pickup of 3. Johnson is to the left of Aller in the shotgun. Motion man is Lance Mason, the tight end, moving left to right. Aller gets a snap. Back to pass, looking backside pressure, and down he goes. He's going to be sacked. And he is taken down by Ben Barton, who drove through left tackle Jack Driscoll to make that sack.
And Jack Driscoll just turned his feet way too soon, shortened the corner, and gave very little resistance there as he had a bead directly on Drew Aller. Now on the back of the nameplate and the numbers, and just drilled Drew Aller right in the backside to get him to the ground.
3rd and 17. Joaquin Davis splits out to the right, 2 receivers to the left, and Lou Nichols to the right of Aller in the shotgun. Aller gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, now moving out to the right, looking downfield, pumps, throws, flag on the play, incomplete, intended for Hurleman on a deep crossing pattern. There's a flag behind the play in that area you'd expect it to be holding on the Steelers.
Yeah, it might have been Brock Hoffman.
Ow. Holding, offense number 67. That penalty declined, 4th down.
And it was, in fact, Hoffman.
And that one was tough because he and Ryan McCollum were both engaged with the D tackle, and it looked like Hoffman went with the chop, like chopped the hands down. And I think the referee probably saw it as he jerked him down by his jersey as opposed to the chop technique that we saw in the replay.
Cam Johnson back to punt it away. Trey Brown to receive for the Jets. Cam gets the snap and the boot. And it's taken at the 25-yard line for Brown. Brown heading to the right, finds a little bit of room. Jamin Davis makes the stop after a 10-yard gain out to the 35-yard line. And this season, the law firm of Bordas & Bordas will make a $500 donation to the Ronald McDonald House for every sack by the Steelers defense this preseason and regular season. The Steelers defense has collected 7 sacks so far this season, and Bordas & Bordas is on pace to donate $3,500 to the Ronald McDonald House. Bordas & Bordas, fighting for justice. So back over to the defense with 2:34 remaining here in this third quarter. The Jets will have the ball at their own 35-yard line. And Chip Traynham, rookie running back, will be to the right of quarterback Bailey Zappi. Zappi gets a snap, will give to Traynham. Traynham starts right, cuts to the left, and is swirled down by Elandon Roberts. Pickup of about 3 off the left side. They're going to give him 4 out to the 39 to bring up 2nd and 6.
And this is what you want to see. You want to see guys trying to shed the blocks. Gabe Rubio tried to shed the block, but chose an inside path, and the running back cut to the outside of him, allowing for the extra yardage, but E-Rob there to stop him before he could really get some momentum going.
In the shotgun is Zappi. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, throws left quickly on a slant, and a quick tackle. It's complete. And it's Skinner on the reception and Porter on the quick tackle.
And 4-man rush. Porter giving a little bit of a cushion, but as soon as the ball was released, Porter came downhill immediately to stop him short before Skinner could turn around and start to get some momentum in his favor.
3rd and 3, and the crowd here at Acrisure Stadium, I want to see the defense turn this thing over back for the offense here. 1:20 and counting. Remaining in this third quarter, Zappi gets a snap and will give to Traynham, and Traynham is going to be stopped, met in the hole, and now surging forward. Looks like he's going to be just short. I think it was Elandon Roberts who got in there first once again.
Yeah, Elandon Roberts and Kyler Ball able to disengage as well and get on the action, try and drive him back into the ground. So a good job there, linebacker, defensive line tandem of holding the surge of the offense and preventing them from getting to first down yardage. Or even in a decision-making area where it was 4th and short, they gave him a full yard, so it forces the punt team on the field.
McNamara back to punt it away. 40 seconds remaining here in this third quarter. Weegan standing at his own 13-yard line. McNamara gets a snap. Here's the boot. And it is a high kick, and Weegan backpedaling, and now he's going to take it at his 9, bobbles it, but scoops it and grabs it and runs out to the 20-yard line. And there is a flag on the play. That is so clever. He catches that ball on the run, and so the defender thinks he's in excellent position, but Weegan isn't ready to catch the punt yet.
Yeah.
Very clever returning. I don't know if I've seen
During
that
the
much,
kick,
Max.
Holding, kicking team number 42. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
That's rough.
It's Damon Lynham, who is called for that.
But yeah, you got to love the aggressive nature of Caden Weegan. He's not going to fair catch it if he has any inch of grass to work with. He's going to try and catch it, whether in run or whether he's going to hold the last second on a fake and let it go into the back of the end zone. But he's always thinking about catching the ball and attacking downfield.
Stay tuned after the game for the Mike McCarthy post-game press conference, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, those returners are taught to get down on a high kick like that and break down and stand in front of the guy, but Weegan's not standing where he wants to catch the ball.
Yeah,
and so he caught it when he was moving to his left. That was very interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. He's done some interesting things in the return game here. And they give to Caleb Johnson off right tackle, and Caleb will surge forward out to about the 9-yard line, a pickup of 4, and that is likely to be the last play here of the third quarter. And it will be. So it's time to make the switch to the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank for what's next. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank for what's next.
Fall in Western PA means two things: Steelers football and an outdoor getaway to the Laurel Highlands, a preferred vacation destination of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We know Yins will love doing some serious leaf peeping while you're hiking, biking, or discovering a new favorite brewery. Get your best night's sleep in a cozy cabin, a resort, or in a tent under the stars. Start planning your unforgettable fall getaway at GoLaurelHighlands.com. That's GoLaurelHighlands.com.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection, keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now is the season to get a new Chevy from Calusi Chevrolet. Whether you're looking for a new Silverado, like what I drive, or a safe SUV like the Chevy Equinox, they have a great selection of new and used vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Calusi Chevrolet is a trustworthy, family-owned business and my first pick when it comes to buying and servicing my vehicles. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hyde Park. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for voting Hyde Park best steak in the city. Willie Colon, what are you looking for here for the Steelers on offense here to begin this fourth quarter?
Well, the game's still in reach. The Steelers are only down 7. And I'll tell you from my experience, coaches will tell you, they'll pay attention to the home film and they'll critique it. But fourth quarter, you're down 7. They want to see guys fly around and compete. This isn't over. They want to see the level of intensity and execution pick up. So for all these guys out on the bubble, still trying to figure out if they have a spot on the bus, man, this is the time to pop off the tape and make it happen for you.
Willie, thank you very much. And Caleb Johnson remains in at the running back position with Nowakowski at fullback, and Caleb gets the ball straight up the middle and out just short of the first down yardage at the 15, so it's going to be a third and a short one at the 14-yard line.
And hard running once again for Caleb Johnson, right up the gut, right in the A-gap, little dive action, and he's falling forward and got 4 yards on the first play, now 5 yards on this one. So, if you feel like you got a bead, why not keep feeding the beast?
Broken eye once again to the right, and the handoff once again to Johnson, and he'll follow Nowakowski off right guard and burst through out to the 19-yard line. So Caleb Johnson here, 3 authoritative runs here from Caleb.
And they haven't been fancy, make a decision, cut to the backside. It's been, we're running it right into the teeth of this defense, and he make maybe a slight adjustment from strong side A-gap to backside A-gap, but he is running between the guards and getting some good success.
11 carries, 44 yards for Caleb Johnson, who's to the right of Aller in the shotgun. Motion man to the right is Joaquin Davis. Snap back to Aller. Aller looking, will throw underneath. It's complete to Caleb Johnson, and Johnson will get out across the 25 to the 28, right in the middle of the field, and pick up 9 yards to bring up a 2nd and 1.
So you think about where this drive started. It's been all Caleb Johnson on display. 3 rushes, now the check down up the middle, showing soft hands and forward momentum. So Caleb Johnson kind of getting into a rhythm here inside this offense with Drew Aller.
He'll take a little bit of a blow here. Nowakowski in at the fullback position. The eye to the left side strength here. The turn to give to Nichols. Nichols starts left, cuts back to the right, and crosses the 30 and picks up a first down for the Steelers.
Yeah, Lou making quick work of it. Good decision, kept it front, cut it backside on a one-step cut at the last second, dodging behind Brock Hoffman, who had a nice solid block and getting some good quality yards for the first down.
Decisive run by Lou Nichols. One step and go, right?
That's it. That's all you need. Just one step and make a decision and do it at 100 miles an hour.
Off balance line to the left. Aller under center, and now the Steelers move.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Come on, Dougie.
Doug Nestor, the guilty party.
Ooh. Yeah, that was a big one.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those, like, you have like a deep belch and it kind of moves you forward off your toes. Then you have to rock yourself back into stance to get to the forefoot.
It could have been the culprit there. 1st and 15 back at the 28-yard line. Aller in the shotgun has Nichols to his right. Gets a snap, will give to Lou off the left side, and Lou hits, spun, spinning again, staying on his feet, battling forward, gets to the 31-yard line. 3 hard-earned yards for Lou Nichols.
And not much going there. Trying to get into the line of scrimmage, not really a place for him to make a decision once he kind of got committed because the backside got collapsed, so it took away his cutback lane.
Nichols remains into the game. Starts at the right of Aller, now moves back to the left. Jets moving some personnel around defensively. Steelers have 2 receivers split out to the right. Snap to Aller back, looking now. Rolling out of the pocket, throwing across his body right back to the left, and it is to Nichols. And Nichols, a short gain to the 33-yard line, picked up a couple, and that will bring up a 3rd and 10.
Aller decisively moving. But, Rob, and you can speak to this, that's a deadly area to throw. When you throw back against the grain like that, more bad things can happen than good things. Luckily, Nichols gets the ball and gets down for the minimal gain, but that usually ends up with batted balls and potential interceptions.
3rd and 10 from the 33. 3 receivers bunched to the left for Aller. Aller gets a snap, back to pass. Looking right, throws it out to Joaquin Davis, who dropped it. Davis had it at about the 39-yard line. Would have been short of a first down, but couldn't hang on. Pretty well delivered ball by Aller. And the Steelers will send out the punting unit.
Another short drive here for the Steelers. You're running out of opportunities to make something happen. Willie talked about it earlier. They're in this game. It's only a 1-score game. They've traded missed field goals. There's been opportunities, but the Steelers offense just hasn't quite gotten into a rhythm, since the first half when Will Howard got him into the red zone.
Here's Cam Johnson, goes to the end-over-end punt, and it is taken by Trey Brown at his 23. Starts to the left, cuts back to the right, and is tracked down and taken down by Jack Henderson. 45-yard punt, short return, and the Jets will have the ball at the 10:58 mark at their own 33-yard line. From Acrisure Stadium, Steelers football continues with a score: the Jets 7, the Steelers nothing.
Friday Night SmackDown is on Sirius XM WWE Radio. Hear the hard-hitting action.
Cody is busted wide open. Randy is unglued here. He is snapped. This is just savage, merciless. Oh.
And all the smack talk.
Easy to find, hard to beat.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett have the call of SmackDown. Friday nights at 8 Eastern on WWE Radio Channel 156 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
College football never fails to deliver.
The countdown to college football season is on Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
Touchdown!
It's nonstop talk about your favorite school.
Guaranteed this season, something will happen you've never seen before.
And our experts break down the contenders for the college football playoff.
I am all in on Oregon. Championship caliber defense.
It's all on College Sports Radio, Channel 84 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
My goodness!
If you want to win your fantasy football league, you need to listen to Fantasy Sports Radio. From draft strategies to auction advice to sleepers and players you need to avoid, Sirius XM Channel 87 helps you draft a winning team with expert advice from Jeff Mans.
When the sure things at running back and receiver run out, draft Josh Allen.
Jeff Radcliffe.
If you're going to draft a player at their ceiling, they're almost always going to disappoint you.
The Fantasy Footballers.
I require 2 of my first 4 rounds to be running backs and potentially 3.
Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life.
I think when you look at the Falcons, if Pitts is going to be tight end 8, I think I'm going to buy.
Howard Bender.
I am so incredibly bullish on Ashton Genty this year. I've taken him 4th overall in drafts.
Fantasy Football Morning, presented by Fantasy Points.
One of these Packers receivers is going to hit big time. This is going to be a big season for Christian Watson.
And so much more. Winning strategies from the best analysts in the business are on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and search Draft Season on the Sirius XM app for your fantasy football audio draft kit.
You're listening to Sirius XM Radio.
Well, Renegade finishing up here at Acrisure Stadium. You can hear the cheers behind us as the crowd looking for the defense to make a stop. And Max Starks, you're looking for the defense to make a stop here with the Jets having the ball at their own 26-yard line. 10:58 remains. Game still within reach. You want to play that complimentary football. I know the defense has made a lot of stops since that opening drive, but look for one more, hopefully a quick one here.
Yeah, a quick 3 and out will be the best case scenario. Give your offense an opportunity to get some good field position and try and see if they can get something going with a shorter field. The long field has not worked in their favor tonight.
Zappe, play action pass, rolling out to his right, looking, will throw underneath, and this is complete to the fullback, and that is Andrew Beck. And Beck will pick up about 4 yards, maybe 5 out there. I guess they're going to mark him just across the 30, so it'll be 2nd and 5. Short, easy throw there for Zappe.
I like Jamin Davis coming in trying to punch the ball out. That's what you need to do. When you get those crowd kind of stand-up guys fighting for extra yardage, you've got to search for that football and try and pull it out and see if you can create something good.
Trained in the lone setback. Beck, the fullback, is off to the left. Motion man is Camper, left to right. Zappe under center, gets a snap, trips, and is just going to sit on top of the ball. And running in will be Jacoby Windman to down him after a loss back to the 28-yard line.
Well, it's all going to plan, right? So you want a quick 3 and out, and they got a short little completion on the rollout to the fullback, and now Bailey Zappe tripping on his offensive lineman as he tries to drop back. One big play here. I would love to see some blitz man coverage behind it and just let them try and see if they can go hit Bailey Zappe in the backfield.
3rd and 8 in the 4th quarter here. 9:40 remains, and the Jets up 7-0. Zappe in the shotgun has Traham to his right. Gets a snap, throws out quickly to the left. They have a screen set up. It's complete, and all kinds of room here for Quincy Skinner sprinting down the middle of the field and being chased down finally by Lynham, and a huge gain of 44 yards for Quincy Skinner and the Jets.
Be careful what you wish for, Rob, because they did run man coverage and they did send all-out blitz. The problem was not expecting the running back to run a little quick stop route out the backfield, and there was nobody there because everybody was blitzing trying to hit Zappe, and Skinner makes him pay for it.
Zappe under center. Moves back left to right. Training the lone setback. Under 9 minutes, the clock rolling here as the Jets have the ball in Steelers field position at the 28. Trainham starts right, cuts back to the left, and is going to be taken down by Windman with some help there by Davis. Pickup of 3 brings up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, Davis and also Jacoby Windman in on that play. So seeing the third group of linebackers in there, with Windman being one of those guys playing the inside backer position, trying to fight for a job here for the Steelers. Made a couple of plays, but it's gonna be interesting to see what they do on that, how they judge that busted coverage on the all-out blitz.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left in a tightly bunched formation for Zappe. As Trainham to his right, 2 on the play clock. 1 gets a snap, back to pass, looking left, throws left, and it is complete. And this is Holstein, Connor Holstein, the backup tight end, who makes the reception and is driven down. Under 8 minutes remaining here. The latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. In Jacksonville, Carolina leading the Jaguars 20-6. That's in the 3rd quarter. Green Bay and Denver just underway in Denver in the 1st quarter. 7.5 minutes remaining. The Jets taking their time here, bleeding this clock down. Zappe sends 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. As Trainham to the left in the shotgun on this 3rd and 3. Zappe gets a snap, back, looking left, pressure coming, the ball is deflected, wobbles up in the air, and wanders incomplete. Boy, Jacoby Windman was trying to get there as the ball hung up in the air for a while, but just couldn't get there in time. Nice job defensively. I believe it might have been Davis who got the hand on it.
Yeah, it looked like Davis got a paw on it as he was being contacted from the backside there. I can't see, it's Julius Welshoff potentially that had the hit, and Windman off in coverage trying to come forward and trying to scoop it underneath.
So the former Pro Bowl kicker for the Dolphins missed last year with an injury. Jason Sanders on to try a 39-yard field goal attempt, moving right to left here. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the boot by Sanders. It is right down the middle at the 7:08 mark of the fourth quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score. The Jets 10. The Jets 10, I beg your pardon, and the Steelers nothing.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at acrisure.com.
With the award-winning e-store from FNB, you can shop for more than 50 banking solutions. Then check out in minutes with just one easy application, which means more time for football. That's more rushing the passer and less rushing through paperwork. More huddles, less hassles. More game time, less wait time. You get the picture. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. FNB, member FDIC.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford Crew.
Anna, what says summer to you?
Sunshine, road trips, camping.
And?
Ford being #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands according to J.D. Power.
And?
And low APR offers with Ford credit financing on a select lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs.
My kind of summer.
For APR offer information, visit Ford.com or your local Ford dealer. For J.D. Power 2026 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2026 model year.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff, so get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
7:08 remaining here in this fourth quarter as the Jets getting ready to kick off to the Steelers. Hurleman and Jamison back deep to receive, and the kick will be Cade York, and we're going to check in one last time here with Willie Colon after this kick as the Jets lead the Steelers 10-0, the 7:08 mark here, the fourth. York has signaled that he's ready to go. Here's a short approach and the boot. And it's going to be taken by Hurleman at the 4-yard line, near side of the field. Head straight up the numbers. Now angles to the left, looking for a little sliver and slides through out to about the 31-yard line. So, again, the offense trying to get something going here, Willie Colon.
Yeah, solid field position right now. They're down 10, 7 minutes left in the game. It's been a dogfight for this offense that they kind of shot themselves in the foot, even though they're leading in time of possession and first downs. They still got Broadview Jones out there. They've still got some guys out there up front that can scrap. You just want to see them put together. It's not over till it's over. So hopefully still his offensive line with Aller. They can put something together and make this thing a fight.
And McCollum is in at right guard. Looks like next to Broderick Jones. Nowakowski in motion right to left. A snap to Aller. Aller under duress, and Aller is sacked. Back inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. It was Ben Barton who got in there for the Jets.
Man, Ben Barton, spin move to the inside on Broderick Jones. Kind of got in, headbutt, type of formation, what we call. Willie and I know this very well, where you're trying to kind of duck your head before punching. Can't do that. You got to see what you can hit, and he spins off of that to the inside and makes the play on Aller.
10-yard loss makes it 2nd and 20 from the 21-yard line of the Steelers. Under 6.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Steelers moving left to right in front of us. Aller in the shotgun. Aller gets a snap and will give on the delay to Heidenreich off the left side, and Eli will stretch out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 7 will bring up a 3rd and 13.
And this is just a nice little delayed handoff draw action to the left. And Eli Heidenreich hadn't called him a lot this evening. He was on kick return squad. Seen him on special teams. First time getting some real action here in the backfield as a running back.
3rd and 13. Aller in the shotgun, has Heidenreich to his left. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Aller gets a snap, back to pass, looking at a fire over the middle of the field, and incomplete. Looks like the timing was a little bit off there, intended for Jacoby Keely-James. I don't know if he slowed. Looked like he may have slowed down a little bit, Max.
Yeah, it looked like he slowed down, and the DB caught up, and they were both at the same point making a play on the ball, and the DB just swipes it away at the last second, going for it. But Keely-James has to go full speed across the middle on that route and commit to a little bit better. Kind of threw off the timing with him and Aller.
Junior Bergen, but that long reception of 44 yards on the last drive, back to receive this punt. End over end, Bergen moving to the far side of the field, catches it at the 21-yard line. Starts left, cuts back to the right, and dances out to about the 28-yard line. 51-yard kick, 8-yard return. 5:22 remains here in the fourth quarter. With the score, the Jets 10, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independence.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
All right, moms and dads, take a deep breath. It's back to school. Your morning is about to get a lot busier, and your family relies on you to keep everyone moving safely. Thankfully, the Kia Sorento earned the highest honor, the Top Safety Pick Award from IIHS. Right now at Smale Kia, get $3,000 customer cash back on top of dealer discounts on a 2026 Kia Sorento. Everyone qualifies. Or choose 0% APR for 60 months. Visit Smale Kia on Route 30 in Greensburg for details, or online 24/7 at smalekia.com. 3K customer cash, no financing required, 0 APR. Not all will qualify through KFA. Tax fees extra ends 8/31.
Hi, I'm John Henney, fourth-generation family owner of Henney Jewelers. We know Pittsburgh loves to support local businesses. At Henney Jewelers, our experienced, highly skilled, and friendly team is ready to help you with all of your jewelry needs. From the moment you step into our newly renovated store in Shadyside, you'll experience the Henney difference, an inviting atmosphere, luxury shopping, and the highest quality engagement ring and jewelry selection anywhere. Visit HenneyJewelers.com for information and appointments, or simply walk in. Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Listen to groundbreaking interviews and thrilling play-by-play all season long. Touchdown! On SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Tonight's total offensive yards are brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local Union Number 5, IBEW, lighting up Pittsburgh since 1897. Currently, the Steelers offense has produced 200 yards, featuring Lake McCree's 38-yard reception. The pass from Drew Aller, and handoff right up the middle to Sam Scott. And Scott will surge forward for about an 8-yard gain on first down, out close to the 35-yard line. Second and a short 3 for the Jets. And we hit the 5-minute mark here remaining in this fourth quarter. Brady Cook battling for a roster spot with Bailey Zappi behind Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik in a quarterback for the Jets. Snap, give to Scott. And Scott finds a little room, kind of nudges off the left side, and then driven back by Kevin Jobity. Crossed the 40 and got close to the 41, so it's going to be 3rd and 2.
And a good job of Jobity shedding the block, and offensive lineman actually kind of held him a little bit, but Jobity stayed right there in the gap and made the play to minimize the gain, sending this into a 3rd down, which could have easily have been a first down play for the Jets.
13 in the play clock as Cook under center. Slashing his hands across his chest in some sort of gesture here for his offense. Gets a snap. Will play action pass rolling out to the right. Short pass to the right flat. And it looks like Jack Henderson is going to make the tackle of Andrew Beck short of a first down.
Great stop by Henderson. Let's see as we watch the replay.
So the ball was wiggling, so
yeah,
you know, give him a pass breakup instead of a tackle.
Hey, either one count just as good, and you know what? Still sends the Jets off the field and hopefully gives an opportunity to the Steelers offense to have another crack at it.
Also stops the clock at 3:34 as well.
Oh, now 3:58. Gave him back.
Yep, yeah, so that's
seconds.
Right. So the clock had rolled down to 3:34, judging on the completion, and now that they've called it incomplete, they'll move it back to 3:58. Max Hurleman back to take this McNamara punt. Max standing on the far end of the field at his own 11-yard line. Here's the snap to McNamara and the boot. Max moving to his left inside his 10 at the 8-yard line. Will head right up the left sideline, makes a hesitation move, gets out just across the 20-yard line, and with 3:48 remaining, that is where the Steelers will take possession. And you wonder here now, you know, Mike McCarthy talked about being happy that Will Howard got the opportunity to get a 2-minute drill. Now will Drew Aller get an opportunity to get something like a 2-minute drill? It's more than 2 minutes, but you're looking to make 2 scores here.
Yeah, and also, you know, this is something that's also important. It might not be a 2-minute drill, but a 4-minute offense.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on the field. Do not give the ball back to the Jets, even if you take up all the time. You also want to see how you ball control and ball possess at the end of games as well. So this is a good drill for the Steelers offense to see how they handle that situation.
Travis Homer is in. He is to the left of Aller in the shotgun. Aller now tapping both sides of his helmet, walks up, communicates with his offensive line, drops back into the shotgun, gets a snap. Back to pass, looking, pump fakes right, and then throws incomplete, intended for Cornell Powell. And on the out pattern to the right, that pass is incomplete. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
And Drew Aller, for whatever reason, kind of hesitated a little bit, gave a double pump to that pass before he delivered it and sailed it a little bit wide. If he released it when he thought about doing it more to the inside, he probably would have had his receiver on that comeback route easily available, but the double clutch and sends it out of bounds and outside of the grasp of Powell.
You almost wonder if he was thinking first about the underneath receiver, because you're right, it was kind of a funny-looking
pump
double clutch there. Yeah. Aller now empty set, will throw quickly over the middle of the field, and it is dropped. He was trying to hit his tight end McCree, and a quick slant pattern that had some promise, but is not hauled in by McCree.
That's
a lot of mustard on that pass.
Yeah, there was. I mean, that ball was not sent like a 7-yard route. That was sent like a 17-yard route, and McCree could not haul it in. Actually, he made like a human hoop, and it went through the hoop of his hands. Didn't even hit his fingers. It was so close to him.
Yeah, it's too bad that had potential on a quick release by Aller. So 3rd and 10 now. 3:39 remaining. Ball still at the 22-yard line of the Steelers. Aller back to pass. Looking, he throws out to the right, and it is incomplete, intended for Keeney James, and batted away by Dean, and it will be a punting situation for the Steelers. Very, very quick 3-and-out for the black and gold.
It was, and it was some quick releases by Drew Aller. That one more of a sidearm pass than stepping into it. So I don't know how well Keeney James would even been able to adjust to make that play. But, yeah, just not a good drive here for the Steelers. I mean, only taking 23 seconds off of the clock with that drive.
Junior Bergen back to receive this Cam Johnson punt. Cam boots a high end-over-end kick. And it sends Bergen back to his 25-yard line. Hesitation move, now sprints up the middle of the field, finds some room, crosses midfield, and is finally spun down by Malik Harrison. A 53-yard punt, but a 26-yard return by Junior Bergen.
Another big play by the Jets, and now in the special teams game as a bust in the middle of the coverage. And the Steelers have now given up the ball on the positive side of the field. So this defense back to work again, working with less green grass in the last drive, but hoping for the same result. 3-and-out here for this Jets offense, and trying to get the ball back in the offense and to see if they can get something going.
Cook under center has Trainum as the lone setback. Ball is in the Steelers' territory at the 49-yard line with 3:21 remaining in the fourth quarter. To give to Trainum, starts right, now bounces it out to the left, crosses the 46-yard line and taken down there by Jamison. Really fine open field tackle by Jamison. Again, looked like there was a lot there, wound up being a 4-yard gain, and the Steelers will use their first of their 3 timeouts.
And trying to get some ball possession time back to try and get that 2-minute drill for Drew Aller. That's what this move indicates here is, okay, let's try and preserve as much time, give Drew Aller as much time to make a 2-minute drill and get an opportunity to see if the defense can stiffen up and hold this Jets offense at bay. Looks content to try and run the ball to try and just chew up time.
And you like a good open field tackle there by Deshaun Jamison as well, because if Trainum gets by him, he's picking up 7, 8, 9 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, possibly easily getting a first down if Jamison doesn't take him down.
Trainum remains as the lone setback behind Brady Cook. Cook gets a snap, will give to Trainum. Trainum off right guard, and Trainum heads up the middle and crosses the 40 and is going to pick up first down yardage down to the 38-yard line. And so the Steelers will use their second timeout, but it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Jets.
And this was a tough one. I mean, right up the middle of the teeth of your defense. It's supposed to be a strength. Kyler Baugh kind of loses the ground possession battle, tries to reach out and does not make the play, and now you have Boykin and your safety making that play, and that's not what you want to see. You want to see your D lineman making the plays.
You remember that it was like a rock'em sock'em robots there, because Trainum was actually stopped short by the hit by Henderson as he was falling sideways. Marquise Haynes, the offensive lineman hustling downfield, was knocked down, and when he knocked down, he bumped into him and
it's like those little steel balls on the desk, right?
Yeah.
You know, it was just a chain reaction.
So it's a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line to give to Trainum. Trainum is bottled up this time, nothing doing off the right side. Goodlow and others there into the stop, and the Steelers will use their third and final timeout at the 3:04 mark here of this fourth quarter.
Trying to preserve something. For the Steelers defense, you've got to stop this run game of the Jets. You can't let them gash you for 6 or 7 yards here on this next play. You got to stop them short, force them into a passing situation, because an incompletion stops the clock versus a ground game and a tackle, which keeps the clock going.
Yep. So you would think the Jets could run it twice here and get it to the 2-minute warning, but whether they're content to do that and maybe try a long field goal or not remains to be seen. Again, like you said, this is their 4-minute drill. They're trying to just run out the clock here. Back to fullback is in, and Scott is behind him in an I formation. And the turn and the give to Scott. Scott starts to the right and cuts up the middle of the field and will pick up a couple as he leans close to the 35-yard line. Again, the Steelers are out of timeouts. There is a 20-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. So at about the 2:20 mark, the Jets will be forced to snap it, use a timeout, or accept the 5-yard penalty, which clearly they don't want to do.
No, I think they'll run this one more time and then try and let the ball bleed down to the 2-minute mark and then kick a field goal.
3rd and 8. Cook has Scott to his right, gets a snap, gives to Scott. Scott weaving forward up the field and is going to be taken down at the 31-yard line, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 3. So this will be an interesting decision for the Jets as to what they're going to do. It is now, well, hang on a second. The Jets are lining up as if they're going to go for it here. 2:03, 2:02, 2:01, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Brought to you by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score of the Jets 10, the Steelers nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. And that includes finding more ways to help you save. Because finding a good deal is everyone's deal. Because grabbing their favorites is your favorite too. Because everyone loves perks. Because every dollar and every moment counts. We're working hard to bring you more ways to save across the store, so you can bring home the best. Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Gear for tailgating season at Don's Appliances. Shop our in-stock selection of refrigerators, laundry, and more from your favorite brands like Whirlpool and KitchenAid. Get guaranteed lowest prices and free next-day delivery. Shop DonsAppliances.com.
Your weekend project starts with a simple step. Whether you're planting a tree, installing a deck, putting up a fence, or starting a landscaping project, digging without knowing what's underground can lead to costly damage and dangerous consequences. That's why Pennsylvania homeowners should always contact 811 before digging. Pennsylvania 811 notifies the appropriate utility owners so underground lines can be marked before your project begins. It's free, it's easy, and it's the law. Call 811 or visit pa811.org before you dig.
Harry Wirgenis here from the Gateway Clipper. Go through a lock on our barbecue lock and dam dinner cruise. Make this your Thursday night destination that's fun for all ages. Beautiful sights, barbecue menu, DJ, and full bar available. For tickets, visit gatewayclipper.com.
He goes for it, and he's got it! That's another legendary play for Pittsburgh. Perfectly displays the precision and performance that this team is a pro at delivering.
A team like that needs a lineup of vehicles that can match their energy.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That's why Pittsburgh teams back Ford trucks.
This roster's made for the City of Champions and delivers MVP-level performance every time.
Visit your neighborhood Ford store and find your star player today.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
2-minute warning. The Jets have the ball 4th and 3 at the Steelers 31. They're up 10-0. They are moving right to left, and it looks like Aaron Glenn, the head coach, wants to see if his team can pick up this first down and run out the clock. This is what you want right out of your offense if you're Aaron Glenn.
Aggressive move, and like you said, this is to give your offense some momentum, kind of give the big guys a kudos. Like, hey, y'all been doing the job tonight, put 10 points on the board, and have been steady. Let's see if you can close this out, and we can go into the and drain out the last 2 minutes of this game and not give Pittsburgh back the ball. That's what this is saying. Very aggressive move in the plus category. This would be a longer field goal. You're talking about probably a 46, 47-yarder. So let's try and see if they can do it. It's 4th and 3 here on the 31. So it's a long 3 yards they got to get. Let's see if they can convert.
Yeah, and you might not do this during the regular season, right? Probably wouldn't. 48-yard field goal attempt, maybe 49. But instead, they're going to go for it here with Cook in at the quarterback position. Motions back left to right as an H-back there. Snap, back to pass, looking, thrown left, up the sideline, and a diving grab and rolling into the end zone for a touchdown is Quincy Skinner, and the Jets on 4th and 3 have converted a 31-yard touchdown pass.
And even more so aggressive was that play, and that was a touchdown as he separated from Deshaun Jameson and rolled into the end zone before he was touched on the helmet, so he was still alive as he slid forward. There might have been a bobble, and the referees seem to be lining up, so no call from up top because all reviews have to be made by the replay official up in the booth under 2 minutes.
And they're still looking, have not given the all clear to play. Well, this is taking a while. Usually pretty quick with these calls. And it's going to be good. So it is a touchdown to Quincy Skinner. And Cade York will try the extra point. Holder is McNamara. And here's the snap. Here's the boot, and that extra point is up, and it's good, and 1:53 remains, and the Jets leading 17-0. 6 plays, 49 yards, took a minute 28 following the 26-yard punt return by Junior Bergen.
So in this moment, I mean, Steelers get their 2-minute drill. Don't get any timeouts with it, but Drew Aller is going to get a shot with usually how they script it in practice. You're getting a minute and probably about a minute 40, depending on how much time's taken off on the kick return. No timeouts, and got to have it. Got to get a touchdown here is really what the Steelers are looking for in this drill and in this moment. So let's see what they can muster up. It's been tough sledding all night for this team that's been leading in first downs. Well, not anymore. They just lost. They just lost that one. I think they were tied going into it, but. Still can win the time of possession, but you've got to put points on the board. You don't want to leave here with a goose egg tonight.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to work on this 2-minute drill with a young quarterback in Drew Aller.
Yeah, he gets his opportunity. He didn't get it a week ago because they had such a lead that you really didn't have a 2-minute drill, but now you're down. Sense of urgency. This is like a true 2-minute drill opportunity.
And here's the kick, and it's going to be taken by Hurleman at the 2-yard line. Heads up the middle of the field and is taken down as he crosses the 30 out to about the 32-yard line. So that is where Drew Aller and the offense will take over, looking to see with 1:46 whether they can get the Steelers on the board.
Good drill opportunity. This is usually where they start the drill, somewhere between, the 25 and 35-yard line, right? Splitting the difference at the 30, 70 yards to pay dirt with 1:46 left to go.
Heidenreich is the running back to the left of Aller in the shotgun. No timeouts remaining for the Steelers. Aller gets a snap, back to pass. Looking left, now comes back to the right and fires, and it is complete to Jaheim Bell, spun down in the right flat at the 35-yard line, a pickup of 4.
Tight ends have been a security blanket for both of these teams tonight. For both quarterbacks tonight. Both Will Howard and Drew Aller utilizing their tight ends a lot in this game.
Aller gets a snap. Jets bringing pressure. Fine strike over the middle of the field. And this is complete. And it is Isaiah Winstead who makes the grab close to midfield on a crossing pattern left to right. Pickup of 15 yards. Aller moves quickly to the line of scrimmage. He's in the shotgun. Gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, drifting to his left, slinging sidearm. Underneath, it is complete. It is Jaheim Bell. And the clock will continue to roll on that short pickup of a yard to the 49-yard line. 49 seconds remaining, 48-47. Steelers can't stop the clock with a timeout. Aller gets a snap back, crossing pattern over the middle, and this is complete. And it is Keeney James, and Keeney James is spun down at the 44-yard line. 35 seconds remaining. Pickup of 5 makes it 3rd and 4. Aller has Heidenreich to his left, 2 receivers to the right. Gets the snap, back to pass, looking, throws left, back shoulder attempt, and it's complete. And a beautiful throw, beautiful catch. It's Winstead, who's out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Wasn't really open there. Really good throw from Aller, and a nice play by Winstead.
Great concentration by Drew Aller, and especially by Winstead. Garber was in front of him trying to bat the ball down, but makes the play, gets the heels in bounds before going out.
17-yard pickup. Aller fires over the middle of the field, bobbled and dropped by Jaheim Bell inside the 10-yard line, running a quick seam route. Looked like a pretty good throw, and Bell just couldn't hang on.
Yeah, Wilson I would say no, it was off Bell. Bell had it in his hands, popped up. I don't know if it hit him in the face mask as he was going to make the catch. Now both hands, and it pops up in the air, then can't secure it, and Wilson and company come in and strip the ball loose before Bell could hit the ground.
As the clock stops here in the incompletion, 14 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line of the Jets. 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 to the left. Now motioning is Lance Mason left to right. Aller gets a snap, back, looking. Throws, seam route. Mason, he can't catch it. That might have been a little behind him. It was hard to see from this angle, but it is incomplete regardless. And with 9 seconds left, it'll be 3rd and 10.
And double seam routes. They're actually thrown a little bit in front of him. Lance Mason had to go kind of over the DB's hands to try and snatch that ball out, but could not haul it in. So 2 straight seam routes thrown from both tight ends, neither one of them able to haul it in.
Now we're 11 of 21 for 110 yards, 9 seconds remaining. Steelers down 17-0, looking to get a score in before this game ends. Aller gets a snap, back to pass. Looking, going to fire up the right sideline, and incomplete. Intended for Cornell Powell, and there will be 1 play remaining with 4 seconds left on the clock. And so we've got to get to the end zone here.
Got to get to the end zone, and I'm just going to go on this one and say there was a young man in coverage that would be the son of somebody that played here for the Steelers that might be in attendance tonight, in Ryan Clark, young Jordan Clark there on the coverage there.
Very nice.
He is trying to fight for a roster spot here with the New York Jets, so got to call him out. Even though he's on the opposing team, he was one of our kids in the locker room for a long time, and